Tigers in town for game 2 of this 4-game set. A great ball game last night, an almost comeback win as the Tigers won it 9-8. Hi everybody, I'm Gary Thorne. Welcome. Well, for most baseball fans today, just hang around and keep reading and see who's gone and who's gone where and who's arrived. For the Orioles, of course, the big news today came on the trade front. That outfielder that they have been seeking has been acquired, and it was the Roman Gerardo Parra, who is going to be joining the ball club hopefully tonight. Will not be in the starting lineup. He's 28 years old, out of Venezuela, 7th year at the major league level. He is having a career season. He's got a power bat, a good numbers bat, very strong on base percentage, and a real good outfielder. He's having an unbelievable month right now. He and J.J. Hardy have the 2 longest hit streaks going on in the league. Numbers for this season fantastic, and really good career numbers. Zach Davis, a very promising pitcher. Davies went the other way. So here's what the Orioles have done today. You've got Parra added. Mike Wright has been called up. Michael Givens has been called up. Gone today. Bud Norris designated for assignment. Tommy Hunter has been traded, a minor league outfielder, and Chris Parmelee has been released as well. So those are the changes for the roster. Jim, a big day around baseball.
Well, it is, and of course, we know what Toronto did, and if you're in the same division, Dan Duquette says, how can I make this club better? And you touched on it. They've been looking for a left fielder all year long. Obviously, with some guys not re-signed, et cetera, you're not getting the production. And for Parra, we saw him 2 summers ago. The Orioles lost 3 walk-off games in Arizona. He's a Gold Glover, as you mentioned, having a good career year, 40 points higher than normal, but he can also hit first. So now all of a sudden your lineup maybe a bit easier to make out. He can lead off. Manny Machado, who's having the kind of number year where he could be hitting 3rd, 4th, or 5th, he'll probably move down in the lineup. Really
surprised. It's how the fortunes changed in this game. You would have a Bud Norris, who contributed so greatly to last year, and Tommy Hunter. Both would be gone as we start this ball game tonight. So it's the newly revised Orioles who will take to the field, and a newly revised Tiger team without Cespedes when we come back, game 2. By Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Just a gorgeous summer evening. Take a look at our BGE home. Game time temperature, we're at 87 degrees. Humidity down, though, from 73 last night to 41 tonight. BGE Home is Baltimore's home team for heating, cooling, and plumbing and electrical. Why would you call anyone else? Here's the revised lineup for Brad Ausmus's Tigers. Davis, Iglesias, Kinsler moves to third now with Cespedes gone. It's Victor and J.D. Martinez. Castellanos, James McCann will again do the catching. Marte did not play in the ball game last night. He's in, and Gose will be out in center field. Martinez against the Orioles, always a tough out.
And Wei Chen will try to even up his record at 6-6. Again, the record not reflecting the way he's pitched. Very low ERA. So a lot of fastballs, curveballs, and sliders, and then maybe not as many changeups as last year, but a pitch that the opponents and kind of needed against the Tigers, that best average in the American League you need. So low ERA. The one thing that he does do, home run ball, has hurt him. 18 of them, 11 solos. And again, actually, left-handers hitting him a couple of points higher, but the right-handers are the ones that hit the home runs off of Wei Chen. Pretty much, and he's been that consistent, gives you a chance to win every time he goes to the mound.
Ball club, when Chen has started games, 11-8 in the 19 starts he has made. The Detroit Tigers have hit lefties really well. I mean, they've hit everybody pretty well. They are 15-9 against left-handed starters. That's the fourth best win percentage. Brad Ausmus's ball club hitting .274 off lefties, .276 off right-handers. And Brad Ausmus, a very quiet manager prior to the game, with the loss of Cespedes, his leader in hits, starter David Price, his closer Joakim Soria in a 2-day period. There was a good deal of quietness about him. Wei Chen ready, and the pitch is outside for a ball. Rajai Davis hit ninth in the lineup last night, but as we said, he's a leadoff batter in style. He has 2 for 4 from last night. He'll foul that one back into the screen.
Yeah, not a great on base percentage over the course of his career, but you know, last year, what, 36 steals, year before 35, this year 14 out of what, 19. He'll try to get on, and what does Chen do? Very rarely walks people.
1 for 3 lifetime against Wei Chen. Davis .259 off lefties. That ball in the air to the gap. Jones has got to run for this one. Adam looking way back. It'll take a hop. 410 feet away. He's got great speed round second and will stop. He had a triple in the ball game last night. He almost got the dinger on that one. 400-foot double to lead the ball game off for Rajai Davis.
Well, they put 9 runs and 16 hits on the board last night, and this is how they did it. They worked the count, 2-1 fastball, get a pitch. This one inside middle. The triple last night was a fastball down and away, hit it up the right center field gap. And then again, Adam Jones gets it quickly, because otherwise it would have been a triple.
So Davis on at second base to kick it off. Adam really had a haul on that one. That will bring up Iglesias, the number 2 hitter. He comes in with a 3-game hit streak. He was one of the 3 Detroit Tigers last night to have a 3-hit ball game. And then he went 3 for 5 in the game last night. Rajai Davis. Wow. Don't know. J.J. Hardy has swung around the shortstop. I said wow because Hardy was almost on the bag as though he was going in to take a throw. Davis had a really good secondary lead, and he will take off for third if he gets room. So that shortstop hole's wide open. They're playing Iglesias to go the other way, try and get that runner over. And there's a look back by Chen.
Yeah, J.J. Hardy will try to stay there as long as he can and then shift over. The other factor is that, of course, if you're Davis, you don't want to get thrown out at third, but it's a tough throw for Wieters. Has to throw over the shoulder of Iglesias, who's trying to hit the ball to the right side.
Here's the 0-1 delivery to him. Going to be a base hit into left field. Up with it, low, gets to the cutoff man. So the Tigers started out with runners at first and third and nobody out.
Boy, this is almost a carbon copy of last night's game. Take a look right here. Runners in scoring position. Again, the lowest of anybody. You got those Volquez in the American League. The rest of those pitchers over in the National League.
Tigers had a big night last night in these situations. They went 8 for 14 with runners in scoring position and left 7. Now they've got Davis at third and Iglesias on at first base. Nobody out. Infield will stay back trying to get the double play. And Ian Kinsler, with Cespedes out, moves to the number 3 spot. Cespedes was the other Tiger who had 3 hits in the ball game last night, who went 3 for 5. Iglesias, Kinsler, and Cespedes. Good stop made by Wieters on one that bounced. Kinsler is 9th in hits coming into the ball game. He's carrying a .357 batting average against the Orioles this season, and Wei Chen getting tested immediately in this ball game. 1-0. Infield plays him to pull. Kinsler goes the other way, foul.
Well, take a look at you look at numbers, and the one thing that comes up, Ian Kinsler, of all the active players, he puts the ball in the air, which is what he would like to do now more than any of them.
Outfield playing pretty much straight away, shallow. Davis in right field. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way, and it goes that way, but it also is going to be foul.
I'll take a look at the Oriole defense. Lau, Jones, and Davis, Machado, Hardy, Scope, and Flaherty. The Parmalee being designated for excitement, and then the Gold Glover, Matt Wieters, behind the plate. Well, now when you get into this count, Gary, as you know, you're hunting for a strikeout.
Yeah. Chance to get out of the inning, get a strikeout, then look for a ground ball double play. Kinsler with a 1-2 count. Off first and third. Ooh! That one into center, and it went off Chen. A run will score. It's a base hit and an RBI for Kinsler. Wei Chen appears to be all right. Don't know if that caught the glove or not, but that was stung.
Yeah, kind of a BB, and we've seen a number now of 3 straight hitters, and there's the pitch. I don't know if it gets the glove, and then maybe the left leg, better angle right here, somewhere on the left leg, and then Karam's into right. I mean, very fortunate. Number 1, he's not hurt. Doesn't appear that. Number 2, the fact that because it's a line drive, Iglesias doesn't know doesn't want to get doubled up. So otherwise, with his speed, you would have thought he might have gotten to third base.
I don't know how he's still walking as though nothing happened. I mean, that ball was really hit hard. Thank goodness. Apparently, no problem. So the Tigers go up 1-0 as Ian Kinsler picks up the RBI. Kinsler gets his 46th of the year. And here is Victor Martinez, the designated hitter. Martinez had an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night. First and second, nobody out. And the pitch away for a ball.
Yeah, you go back to last night's game. Kinsler, Iglesias, and then Cespedes. They all got base hits. Kinsler got thrown out, though, oversliding third, but that's not the case tonight.
Victor Martinez this year 3 for 15 against the Orioles. 1 home run. 1-0 delivery and a swing and a miss, and the runners stay where they are.
Well, there are nights, Gary, where you go out, you warm up, and this is why the first inning can be tough for starters. You think you have pretty good velocity, then the game starts and you throw 3 pitches that get hit, and they're all hit real hard, and then you realize I'm going to have to go to the alternative plan, and we're only 4 hitters into the game. That's just the way it is.
Swing and a good pitch. That one on the inside corner anyway, and a 1-ball 2-strike count.
Yeah, this time stay out of the middle of the plate and hit that inside corner, which he's able to do.
Victor Martinez, huge numbers against lefties. 379, 219 against righties. 1-ball 2-strike count, 2 on. He has not done well in these situations for the Tigers this year, hitting only 208. Pitch hit him. Nope, bounced. And Wieters is able to hold it there. Close, not quite, to getting his front foot on that one.
Yeah, just trying to throw a breaking ball under the strike zone and get what we talked about, possible ground ball. And then Matt Wieters, real nice job of getting the body in the middle of the ball. Curved ball a lot of times will kind of reverse hop.
Chen's thrown only 1 wild pitch all season. Iglesias down at second base. Kinsler on at first. 2-ball 2-strike count on Victor Martinez. Little wind blowing out to left. Delivery went for it up high. Not hit very hard, though. Hardy got a chance for 2. Scope the relay, and they'll get the double play. Iglesias will move to third, but a big 2-out ground ball.
Yeah, able to get him to and this is not what Martinez usually does, around the ball, and then you get the routine grounder. Doesn't run well, coming off knee surgery back in February. So pretty tailor-made. 6-4-3.
He's grounded into 14 ground ball double plays now, second highest on the Tigers. Now here's J.D. Martinez, 3-game hit streak for him. He'll foul that one back. Martinez had a 2 for 5 in the ball game last night. He's been the offensive leader for this ball club. He is third in home runs, 6 in RBIs in the American League coming into today's play. There's lots of outstanding power, extra base hits, RBIs. Runner at third. Pitch will be up high from Chen.
Yeah, you can see, I mean, pretty much in the middle of the plate. You know, the hits last night were against right-handed pitching, and they were breaking balls. Not particularly well located.
He's had a homer, 4 RBIs against the Orioles this year. Breaking ball and a good one. Orioles with a loss last night now have a 2-2 record against the Tigers on the year. Chen has not pitched against them this season. Like Showalter watching his starter, who has a 1-0 mark against the Tigers in his career. 1 ball, 2 strike count. And a swing and a miss. It could have been a lot worse from the Orioles' perspective. 1 run on 3 hits and a base runner left on. Tigers up. Get the early run. Take a look at the O's starting lineup, brought to you by Southwest. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Machado, Paredes, and Jones, Davis, Wieters, and Hardy, Flaherty, Scope, and David Lowe in left for Chris Davis this season. Second now, tied in the American League with the RBIs at 69.
And Buck Farmer will make his 5th major league start. One back in May, one in June, and then out of the bullpen. Meanwhile, very good numbers at the big league level. You could see, again, good arm. Minor league pitcher of the year last year. 4 pitches, good velocity, but the batting average, especially by lefties, quite elevated.
Manny Machado, will he be moved out of the leadoff spot with Power having been acquired? But Showalter non-committal on that, so I can see Power hitting in about 3 different spots in the lineup. One could be leadoff. And he could move down to a position where he might have more RBI chances. But also, as Buck says, the leadoff man usually leads off once.
And when he did hit 30, he went 0 for 12. Yep. So I'm thinking maybe.
I think he likes the leadoff spot. And Buck does too. He thinks Manny really likes hitting in the leadoff spot. 1-1 delivery on the way, and he'll head down to first base on that one. That's the second hit batter of the year by Farmer.
Yeah, good way to get on, but painful. And again, it just looked like a changeup. It runs. It's the back of the left arm. A lot of nerves run through that area. So hit by a pitch.
Second time on the year. Manny has been touched up by one. So the Orioles get the leadoff man on. Machado down at first base, and Paredes, the Orioles DH, in the familiar number 2 spot, will stand in. Castellanos at third base, in on the grass, looking for a bunt, and he showed it, but will take the pitch away for a ball.
And if you're going to do it on any count, that's the count you want to do. I mean, he will now play for a guy that's a power hitter. He's going to play on the grass. I mean, look at him. Now, if you do it later, then all of a sudden he'll just move back and maybe take a ground ball away from you.
Throw over, Manny Machado back. Month of July has not been kind to the Oriole designated hitter. Paredes hitting right at the Mendoza line, 200 in the month of July. 1-0 count. And he continues to be up there among the leaders in home runs, average, RBIs for DHs this year. Fastball will be away. Farmer clearly still trying to learn his way around. He's got a chance now to be a member of this rotation for the remainder of the year with David Price gone. It's his 5th start in his major league career, 3rd of the year. And they're going to take a close look at him. They would love to see him pick up that spot in the rotation. Paredes will foul it back the other way, and the count will go to 2-1.
Yeah, I think that'll probably be determined, number one, and probably most primarily how well he pitches, because they're still in the wild card. You know, yeah, they traded David Price, arguably one of the best left-handers in baseball. Their closer, Soria, and then Cespedes, their left fielder, but they still think they can hang around.
2-ball, 1 strike delivery on the way. Ground ball off his glove. Only play is going to be a first, and he will get him.
Let's take a look at their defense. Davis, Agaz, and J.D. Martinez with his 12 assists over in right. Castellanos. Iglesias is a terrific shortstop. Kinsler also very good defensively. Marte, and then McCann. What did you say last night? Over 44% of the runners that tried to steal James McCann has gunned down.
Parra has arrived. He's just getting to the locker room right now. The Orioles had added him with the roster, knowing he was in the air and had to land in D.C. And Lord only knows on a Friday night rush hour how long is it going to take to get from National to Baltimore.
Not in time to take batting practice and get into the lineup. I can tell you that.
He's here though.
Unless he coptered in.
No. So Adam Jones with an RBI opportunity for the Orioles. Potential tying run, second base. Manny Machado. Jones will take it outside for a ball. Look at those muscles.
Yeah. Look at those home runs. Look at that average. Well, I'll tell you what, Farmer botched a double play ball. I mean, all he has to do is catch it, throw it to Iglesias, and Adam Jones would be hitting with 2 outs.
Orioles last night were 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position. 1-0 delivery on the way to Adam, and that will catch the outside corner. 1-ball, 1 strike count.
Yeah,
Jones
really.
To be followed by Davis.
Yeah, Gary, when I was talking to Jim Price, who former catcher, does their radio, he said, this kid, I mean, really, and it kind of tells you about young pitchers. He's got 4 pitches, got good velocity, maybe doesn't have as good a command, but the stuff is there, the experience isn't.
Got one to try and drive right there, but he kept it down and away, and a 1-ball, 2 strike count. He's only 24 years old, so a lot of future ahead of him. With the limited starts, he's only worked 13 2/3 innings at the major leagues this year. The right-handers have gone 8 for 27 with 2 home runs. The left-handers are 14 for 32 with 2 home runs. So he's given up 4 long balls in just 13 2/3 innings. Manny Machado off second base. 1-2 delivery on the way to Jones. That'll be up. And right away, the Oriole hitters probably are thinking may not want to dig in a lot on this guy.
Well, you look at his minor league numbers, and you know, the team was very good in his 16 starts. They went 11-5. He was 7-3. ERA a little over 4 runs a game, but he only walked 25, and that was in about 86, almost 87 innings.
Jones will take the pitch. A little break on that one, but it was away.
So then you come up here, Gary, and then you figure, oh, this is the big leagues. I got to throw harder. I got to trick him, squeeze the ball, overthrow. It doesn't work.
3-ball, 2 strike count.
Well, maybe it doesn't work for Verlander because he doesn't need to do that.
That ball in the air to right field. It is not deep. Martinez can't get it. Able to hold Manny Machado, though, between bases, so he's got to stop. Jones is on with a hit, and the Orioles, with one away, have runners at first and third on the bloop single to right.
Yeah, it's like the prevent defense. Little change up. Doesn't hit it well. A little good fortune for Adam Jones. First and third.
Now let's see if the Orioles can have themselves a big first inning. Tigers will play it back as the Orioles did, trying to get two. Both teams figuring they can pick up some runs in the ball game and don't have to play a tight game early. Chris Davis, who has been on a tear, stands in. 2 for 4 in the ball game last night. Registering one of the 2 home runs the Orioles hit. Both he and Adam Jones had homers in the game. Only 1 down. And Davis with a big cut on a pitch down and away. Chris has moved into the number 3 spot in the American League in runs batted in. It's Morales, Donaldson, and then Chris Davis. Donaldson and he are tied at 69 starting the day. And Chris is also tied with Donaldson for 6th in home runs with 25. Trout still the leader at 31. 0-1 pitch to him. Wow. Just missed.
Yeah, I think you want to have that pitch. 2-seamer. Well, Chris is the first guy to tell you that kind of had a talk to himself and said, I got to stop overswinging. Overswung on the first changeup. Took that one. Buck Showalter talked to him about using the whole field up in New York because you have tremendous strength. Your strength is left center. Ability to hit it really out anywhere in the ballpark.
And a throw over, trying to catch Adam flat-footed, does not work. Let's take a look at our Maryland Live Casino inside the numbers.
So that's some nice company right there. There's Mike Trout. That's since 2012, and Chris Trout now leading the American League with 31 home runs.
Chris has had a big year against Detroit. 6 for 17, 5 RBIs. In the air, not deep, down the line, and dropped. And that may save a run. That is a foul ball. Raja Davis went over, had a chance to get it, never got under it. And had he caught it, Manny Machado was ready to tag up and go from third.
Yeah, they play Chris Davis way over in left center, so he's got to come high sky. I mean, not a cloud in the sky, and then off the heel of his glove. And Manny's tagging up, so if he catches this ball, it's going to be a run for the Orioles.
Yes. So we'll see whether that failure to catch actually turns out to be a positive or not.
Well, all the little nuances, that was not an easy catch. Right now, Adam Jones is trying to get that good secondary lead down at first, because if there's a ground ball, he wants to be able to break up the double play. He's able to do that. If the ball's hit at one of their infielders, you get a run.
Davis with a 1-ball-2-strike count. Farmer's delivery to him, and a swing and a miss, and he wanted that K and got it.
Yeah, really good changeup. A lot of motion, and then look at the location. It's in the middle of the plate, but the bottom drops out.
So he gets, Farmer does what he wanted right there. Chris Davis leading the league in strikeouts. And now there are 2 down, so a chance to get out of the inning. First and third still, and Matt Wieters. Matt came off the bench last night, ended up with a 2 for 2 as he took over the DH role late in the ball game. Wieters has a 3-game hit streak coming in. And the pitch to him again is going to miss down low. Lance Barksdale, the home plate umpire, true to his history. You got to throw strikes if you're a pitcher. Barksdale will generally require that ball to be in that box.
Yeah, and then also you have a young pitcher that we'll see how many times he hits the glove. Chen a little bit more adept at doing that, hitting the target.
1-0 delivery is going to be way inside. And a 2-0 count on Wieters. Orioles had their 5-game win streak ended, but still obviously putting some W's up. They are 10-14 here in the month of July on this final day before we turn the calendar page. Manny Machado off third, Jones off first. 2-0 delivery. Wieters takes it away. Farmer working around him here. I'm not sure he really intended to do that. And it's 3-0. Matt will have a green light here. J.J. Hardy waiting on deck. There are the numbers on the split for the switch hitting catcher. And the 3-0, and he went after it. Way back in right field in the corner, and it is going to be foul. Got a round on it, had to supply his own power on that pitch, and not quite enough to get it to the fair pole.
Yeah, pretty hittable pitch, and a lot of times with hitters with less experience, you don't give them the green light. The bat's been around and just gets it out front a little bit, hooks it into foul territory.
So a 3-ball 1-strike count on Matt. Dan Duquette's going to be joining us in the second inning. We'll talk with the Orioles Vice President GM. Second base big hop. Kinsler's got it. He'll make the throw, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 2 are left on base. Tigers an early 1-0 lead. League East, here's what it looks like. Clearly it's the Toronto Blue Jays who tried to have the big splash, and they did. Great shortstop at Tulowitzki. David Price, left-hander, is probably going to start this weekend. Ben Revere. The Orioles had some interest there in the outfielder. LaTroy Hawkins, right-hander. Mark Lowe, a veteran right-hander. The Yankees did very little, and that's what they said they were going to do. Dustin Ackley was acquired infielder, outfielder. Red Sox did virtually nothing with Ryan Cook. The Orioles, of course, getting it done with the left, or an outfielder at least, probably left field for Parra, and Junior Lake, who's going to be going to AAA.
Yeah, well, so the Blue Jays got better. That the Orioles, even Tommy Hunter. I was a Tommy Hunter fan. Pitched very well last night. And so the Orioles got what they want. I'm not sure. Obviously, the Yankees thought Dustin Ackley could help him. I look at him, and here's a guy that second guy in the draft, and it's never quite been able to produce out in Seattle like they thought he would. So you just don't know about this game. But I know Toronto, they got to be very happy because they get a _1 starter. They get everything you read about Reyes. We know he can get on base and steal. Now you have a guy with better range. He's going to go over. They get him for all the way 3.5 years. So
Castellanos will take the pitch on the inside corner. Wei and Chen made quick work of that. 2 strikeouts in a row for Chen.
Yeah, double, single, double play, strikeout, and here's another one. So
got the corner with it.
Yeah, he did, and that's the advantage he probably will have over 5-6 years is that, innings, that when he gets on his game, he will hit Matt Wieters' glove. His impeccable control.
That'll bring McCann to the plate there, catcher. He had a 2 for 5 in the ball game last night with 1 down and nobody on. McCann, a .352 hitter off left-handers, 90 points higher than against the righties. One of the reasons why they've had such success against the left-handed starters this year. Chen with a 1-0 pitch to him. The Yankees lead by 6 over both the Orioles and Toronto on this Friday. Tampa Bay is 7 games out. Boston is 13 behind. And in the wild card race, the Orioles are 2 games behind. And actually, the Orioles, Toronto, and Tampa Bay are all well within shouting distance of the wild card. That's a base hit to center field. McCann's on with a 1-out single here in the 2nd inning. On Sunday, all kids 14 and under can live out their big league dreams by running the bases here at the Yard after the Tigers game at 1:35. Gather up family, friends, and have some new Birdland memories. Good seats remain. Tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Throws over to first base, can be a little tough. Ryan Flaherty's getting the start there for the Orioles. It's the only Sun field left. First base literally right at the bag. McCann not likely to take off anyway. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Every Marte did not play in the ball game last night. To see the numbers that he has put up on the season so far. He's getting the start at first base. Brad Osmus continuing to have to shuffle people over there where Flaherty's playing because of Cabrera's injury. 0-1 pitch. And that'll be outside for a ball.
Yeah, how often do you see a first baseman shielding the sun from his eyes? Probably a good idea that Wei and Chen does not throw to first.
That could cost you a couple of bases. 6th start for Flaherty at first base. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Outfield playing to right. Here's the 1-1 delivery to him, and the fastball will be up high by Wei and Chen.
Well, this is a kind of lineup, and we talked about it last night. They come in with the highest average, the highest on base percentage, and you're seeing why. I mean, they don't miss their pitches.
Nope. Take it where it's pitched.
Yep,
they don't bite on many pitches that are not in the strike zone.
And hitting, I mean, they did a clinic on hitting the ball the other way last night.
2-1 delivery, ground ball down to third, fair ball. That's going to roll into foul territory. McCann around second base, chased down by Lowe. He's going to be waved off. Relay throw, there'll be none. It'll be a double and an RBI for Marte, and the Tigers have a 2-0 lead.
And what happens when you fall behind hitters and then you don't make your pitches? Guys that aren't pull hitters pull it. Look where Manny's playing. It's a routine grounder, but it's in the middle of the strike zone. Top spins it by him, very much like J.D. Martinez did in the first inning last night for a couple of runs.
So Marte picks up the RBI. That's only his 5th RBI, and it's his 12th game with the Tigers. So Marte puts their 2nd run on the board. And here is Anthony Gose taking over for Cespedes in the outfield. He had an 0 for 2 in the ball game last night. And the pitch will be taken for a strike. I take that back. Not in the ball game last night. I was looking at another number here. He's 0 for his last 21. So Gose really struggling to get the bat going at the plate. Average still at 265. 0-1 delivery to him. Swung on and missed. Gose having to face the left-hander. Orioles fortunate in some ways that Cespedes not playing, because he'd done a number on the Orioles, the games played against them this year. That's a big stick taken out of that lineup. Goes a $138 off left-handers, and the pitch taken away.
Yeah, we kind of pondered whether with Soria, their closer, and Price being traded before the game, whether that would affect them. It did. They scored 9 runs. They won 9-8, and then they haven't stopped tonight.
Brad was talking about that before the ball game. Brad Osmus relying on his veterans. 1-2 check swing inside. Brad said, look, I got to have the veterans night now step up. The youngsters, and we got a lot of them on this team, haven't been through this. To see big stars leave, still have 60 games left to play, said I need the veterans to go out there and show them that you still got to go out, you still got to play, and you play through this, and there's no reason we can't still win ball games. 2-2 delivery on the way, and he got in.
Yeah, that's a good way to extend a slump when you get pitched to that way. I mean, check this slider out. Perfect. Down and away. And Anthony swings right through it.
The runner remains at second base, and Raja Davis, the leadoff batter who doubled and scored in the first inning, will stand in. Davis has struggled in these situations, only 193 with runners in scoring position this year. Good secondary lead. Marte at second, ground ball to third. Manny Machado bobbles, still has a chance and gets it. Davis is retired. Run in on a couple of hits, no errors, and one left on base. Dan Duquette will be joining us. We'll talk about the trades, about Power coming to the Orioles, and what next. Time later in our ball game, brought to you by Miller Lite. There he is. Hi, Skip. I'm a new outfielder on your team.
Yeah, I was the guy that helped the Diamondbacks a couple of years ago with the 3 walk-off wins. And that was what, 2013. But he can play. A couple of Gold Gloves. He can throw. He can run. Earlier in his career, he had 20 steals, and as you talked about in the Open, having a career year.
Yeah.
And what's he hitting? 438 in the month of July.
Yep. How about this? That is a great picture. You're seeing him. He hasn't met anybody, and he's going around introducing himself to his new teammates. This is the first time. He got here late, and the game was already underway. So he comes out, says hello to everybody, introduces himself to his manager, Adam Jones. So he's officially on the roster and available to play tonight. Here is Hardy. Hardy going after it. A towering pop-up heading over to the seats in foul territory. JJ has got the 13-game hit streak, and only his new teammate has had a longer hit streak. Power and he have the 1-2 hit streaks in the American League, separated by just one game. He may get a chance to extend that tonight if needed. Off the fists and back. Take a look. Fires up at 14. Hardy at 13. You got Eric Hosmer, Paul Goldschmidt, and Joe Mauer. Those are the long hit streaks right now.
And then you got Ubaldo Jimenez. He's going to explain who the guys he just met. By the way, that guy over there is
1-2 off the end of the bat towards second. Kinsler, and he's got it. Hardy is retired. One away. Well, our Maryland Lottery contestant of the game, Jose Orellana from Elk Ridge, has won $500 for being selected. You get $500 more for every Orioles home run hit. You can play Baseball Bucks Scratch House, win up to $50,000, or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Visit mdlottery.com/baseball. Good luck, Jose. One down, and the pitch is taken for a strike at the knees. Ryan Flaherty. Well, we got a couple of players in the game. They just want that bingo no matter what it looks like. Ryan's got an 0 for 22 going, and we told you on the other side, Anthony Gose, he's now also 0 for 22. So some troughs entered into by a couple of players, and usually it's a bunt or a little roller to get out of it.
And part of that number is 140 for the month of July, which we are in the last
throws of.
Yes. Well, I thought Chris Tillman talked about the other day. Buck Showalter, before they went out and got Parra, said, you know, the answers are right here in our locker room. So yes, you go get somebody. He's a good player. He's going to help this club. He gives them and fulfills a need. But at the end of the day, you get some guys that didn't have a good July that are going to have to play well in August and September for the Orioles to play better.
2-ball, 2-strike count. Now the Orioles 6 games out. Catching the Yankees is possible. Won't be easy. You got to make up 12 games. They are just 2 games out of the wild card, though. 2-ball, 2-strike delivery on the way, and that's a roller. Farmer. 2 down. Well, fireworks night will return to Oriole Park Friday, August 14, when the Orioles take on the A's. Stick around after the game. A beautiful post-game fireworks display presented by the Baltimore area credit unions. Tickets going fast, so get yours. Orioles.com, 888-848-BIRD. Off the warehouse. There's nothing like it in the world at a ballpark. And that warehouse, which makes all the difference in the world for this yard and how it looks and how inviting it is for everybody that comes here. 1-0 count. Jonathan Schoop. Schoop a 1 for 4 in the ball game last night. Tigers have the 2-0 lead. And he'll go to short. Iglesias on the money. Farmer has a 1-2-3 inning. We've completed 2. Tigers getting 1 in the first, 1 in the second with the 2-0 lead. Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Last couple of nights we've really been able to show you a beautiful sunset. It's gorgeous. How about that little kitty? Glove in hand. In fact, 2 hands. And ready to make the catch. Wei-Yin Chen trailing in the ball game 2-0. He's got Iglesias, Kinsler, and Victor Martinez coming up as we go to the 3rd inning. And the breaking ball will be in there for his strike. Second time through the lineup. First time through, teams have gone 228 off Chen. Second time it jumps to 277 and then goes back to 246. Third time through the lineup. Not much difference. Lefty righties average. Home runs, though, 16 by right-handers and 3 by the lefties. And a foul ball. Those 19 home runs surrendered, 5th highest of any pitcher in the American League. But a lot of solo shots, and he's got the 7th best ERA in the league at 2.88. 1-2 delivery on the way. Foul ball each way off the bat of Iglesias, who singled his first time up.
As you mentioned, a couple of runs scored, 3 hits last night, so now 4 already. But does he have a quick bat? Uses the whole field.
Got him. Great pitch.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I mean, he's backing away. He's almost doing the moonwalk, looking at the inside corner. Check him out. Check him look to see exactly where that is. Yep, there we go. Perfect pitch by Wei and Chen, right on the corner.
Well, Chen has got 4 strikeouts in the ball game. Wei-in coming off the start against Tampa Bay, where he won 2 runs, 6 hits, 5 1/3. Last 5 starts, he's had 2 wins, 2 losses, and a no decision ball game in the last 5. Hit hard and foul. Kinsler with that unique swing. He had a single and an RBI his first time up.
Well, it came up through the Rangers organization, and Rudy Jaramillo was a hitting instructor, and he said, you can't play in this lineup in this ballpark unless you can drive the ball. 30-30 guy.
He can drive it.
Yeah. I mean, he hadn't hit a lot of home runs this year, but
his swing reminds me of Dustin Pedroia.
A little bit. I mean, seems, well, you know, Dustin is more of a smaller body. Yeah. Ian can just lift the ball.
Here's the 0-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be up high.
And in Texas, I mean, just seemed like if good fastball hitter, good inside fastball hitter went to a bigger ballpark, the ball doesn't carry as much, learn to hit the ball to right field.
1-2 delivery on the way, and there's another foul ball.
That's kind of what I was talking about. You get it up and in. If it's not all the way in, capable of lifting it fair down the line. Then he gets to watch Miguel Cabrera hit too. I mean, that would teach you how to hit the ball everywhere.
He likes this ballpark. 317 lifetime average here. 7 home runs. He's just, I mean, he's just ripping the ball all over the place. He's gone line to line. You're on this at bat with foul balls, and they have been hit hard. And a reminder to keep the ball fair is being given to him right now by Dave Clark, third base coach. Here's the 1-2 delivery again, and that one will be a base hit. So he puts it out into left field. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game and gets his 5th hit and 7 at bats in the series. Here's our PNC minor league report.
Well, Dario Alvarez, best arm in the organization. Great spring. You know, early on, the numbers down, not anymore. And you start looking at some of the guys down at AAA. I mean, he's got some of the best numbers. Clevenger over 300. Christian Walker. We saw him briefly when the Orioles were against the Twins. So Alvarez may be one of those guys potentially. Mike Wright along with Michael Givens on the right and Wright on the left.
Added to the roster today. Runner on at first base and the strike on the inside corner. Victor Martinez hit into a double play. First time up in the ball game. Where Victor Martinez. Second at bats. Short lead by Kinsler at first. Flaherty holding the bag. That sun's gone now, so Flaherty can see Wei-in Chen if there's a throw over. He couldn't an inning ago. 0-1 pitch right back into the screen. Tried to drive it. 0-2.
Yeah, they don't run on Chen. 3 attempts all year. 2 of them successful. You know, maybe if he went 2-0, 2-1, you may think about starting the runner. Victor, pretty good contact, but 0-2, you're not going to do that. Can't imagine you're going to do it.
Martinez, 305 lifetime average against the Orioles. 11 home runs against the O's and 8 of them in this ballpark. 0-2 pitch, and he was going for another one right there. Foul tipped that one, and it was held onto by Matt Wieters. So that's strikeout number 5 for Wei-in Chen.
Well, he strikes out Iglesias for number 4. This is number 5 because, again, good location, under the hands. And again, with 2 strikes, even the good hitters will expand, and that's what Victor Martinez does.
So 2 away with a runner on at first. Here's J.D. Martinez. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. He'll go after that one and foul it off the screen. Tigers come in with a number 1 average in the league. They are 3rd in runs, 8th in home runs. Their on base percentage is number 1. Right in the middle of the pack when it comes to walks. Brad Ausmus's team, there's no question they can score. Problem has been their pitching staff, both starters and relievers, ranked 2nd highest in ERA. 0-1 pitch by Chen, and that'll miss up and in a little bit. 1 ball, 1 strike count. 3rd inning, game 2 of the 4-game set. Tigers, we talked about the Orioles, 2 games out of that second wild card spot. The Tigers are 3.5 out of that spot, and that's really their only chance. They're 11.5 games behind in the division, so if they're going to make it, it's going to have to be through the wild card spot. Brad Ausmus preaching and praying with the ball club that they can get that done. Despite the loss of key players, don't stop playing.
Yeah, they've lost some key players.
Runner on first base. Here's the 1-2 delivery by Chen, and that'll miss up high. Oriole infield will shade to pull as Jonathan Scope almost behind the bag at second base. That right side wide open with Flaherty holding the bag on Kinsler. Here's the 2-2 delivery. It'll be full, and Kinsler will be running. Flaherty checking over into the dugout. See what they want him to do here. Play behind or stay on the bag. He's going to stay in the bag.
Yeah, Martinez with such extraordinary power. If you're weighing, you just can't afford to throw a home run. Really have to be careful.
3-2 delivery on the way, and there it is. Way back in left field, and goodbye, home run. J.D. Martinez continues his offensive onslaught against everybody. That's good for 2 and a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, and again, I don't think this is a horrible pitch. The result is, but it's almost the way they have swung the bat. And now we're into the 12th inning, like they know what's coming. That's how good approach they have. I mean, check this ball. Look where the glove is. Look where the ball is. I mean, that's to the corner. And then you get an idea of how good a hitter J.D. Martinez is. 28th home run. 15 now in the last 34 games.
So Martinez, 3rd in the league in home runs, moves into the 5th spot in RBIs. More importantly for the Tigers, they've got 4 runs on 7 hits and are doing what they did last night against Miguel Gonzalez, who lasted only 3 1/3, giving up the 5 runs on 10 hits. Castellanos, strikeout victim his first time up. Bases cleared, 2 down. And he'll try and drive one. It goes right back into the screen. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count for Chen. That's home run number 20 against him on the season. And as we mentioned, 17 of those hit by right-handers. 1-ball, 1-strike delivery, and throttle back on that one. Had him out in front, 1-2. There is Martinez. Boy, what a year he's having for the Tigers.
Yeah, there it is, 102. 23 home runs last year, 28 this year.
And the 1-2 delivery on the way will miss inside. So J.D. Martinez, the big homer, Orioles' newest power over there next to Ubaldo Jimenez. 2-2 pitch on the way by Chen, got him to chase one upstairs. So Chen gets a strikeout. That'll be his 6th, but 2 runs in on 2 hits. We will be joined by the Orioles GM when we come back. Ball game has started, then get out onto the bench. Dan Duquette, Executive Vice President in charge of baseball operations, who got the deal done. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. I really like this kid, Parr. I mean, he gets on base. He's hitting as good as he's ever hit in his career, and he's got the 2 gold gloves, so he's got the good defense, and that'll give us something that we've been lacking all year. We got an on-base guy at the top of the order to go with Manny, and then we got a good defender in the outfield.
And he can lead off. He can do a lot of things.
Yeah, exactly. He's lead off. He's at second. He's got good bat control. And he's only 28 years old. I mean, who knows? Maybe we can keep him in the future, too.
Does he come here with your expectation being a hired gun or somebody who's going to be here a while?
Well, I hope he's a hired gun for a period of time. And then if he does well, I hope he stays for a long time. But anyway, he's having a really good year. I got some really good personal recommendations. Billy Schroeder, their announcer, who was a Brewer player when I was there years ago, said he's one of the nicest guys he's ever worked with. So, I respect that. But the kid has really good skills, too.
All right. Can you give us an overall, just the American League East, with what happened before with the trade deadline today?
Well, I mean, it's a tough division. You see Toronto, I mean, they ponied up. They added 5 players. They gave up a significant amount of their farm system, and they also funded a lot of money in their player payroll. So they're getting after it. The Yankees, they've been very steady all year. They added Ackley, and Ackley, I'm sure they want to stabilize their team, give them a deeper bench, and maybe play some second base, which is something that they needed.
Can he get the base hit? Yes, he will. Manny Machado lays it down. Hit by a pitch his first time up against the infield single.
Well, you said a long time ago that you are not in the selling mode. But when you get into this era, take a look right here. I mean, this down by 4. They give you the bunt, you take it, and not only do you take it, you execute it well. But then when people call, you have 7 free agents. I mean, obviously, you could covet Davis, you could covet Chen, you could covet Wieters, you can go right down the list. Do people ask about those players, or you just go kind of off the table?
They ask about those players. Now, the free agents, the way the system's set up, if they don't re-sign with us, we make a qualifying offer and we get a draft pick. Okay, so we're not left without compensation. There's other players that we can get at the end of the year for our free agents. So it's not that big a deal. To me, if the player's helping you and you're in a pennant race, I mean, that's a significant value. I mean, people want to see the team win. They want to see the team compete deep into the fall. And those players have value to the team. And that's why I think you should try to win as many games as you can every year.
Let me ask you about qualifying offers. I have this down as a question. Is there a limited number of qualifying offers you can make, or is it unlimited?
No, you can make qualifying offers to your free agents, but the compensation that they get is at the high end of the scale. So they're about $15 million each. Okay. So you can make as many as you want.
There's no limit.
There's no limit. The players can accept them, and then they're signed on a 1-year contract. But to date, no player has accepted a qualifying offer. The qualifying offer is to ensure that the team gets the draft pick the following year.
When do you make qualifying offers?
At the end of the season. There's a couple of week period there right after the World Series when these things happen.
That will skip through. Marte, the first baseman, going to third. Manny Machado, the throw is not in time, and he stays on the bag. Paredes delivers the single, and the Orioles cover the corners with 1 out.
Yeah, they choose because Manny has a little bit of speed. This is what the bunt does, so it sets up the hole. Yeah, they could have played a step behind him. They don't. And then if you're a left-handed hitter, what are you looking for? Gold right there. Hit it into right, first and third. Easy chance. Not an easy chance, but less difficult chance of putting a run on the board. Probably a catchable ball, but it goes over the glove.
Marte, of course, had to come off the bag, so that would have been a very easy hop if he's back in position. But he's holding the bag coming off and gets short hopped on it. So the Orioles trailing here 4-0. Get a couple of hits in the 3rd inning, and that is going to give Adam Jones an opportunity. He had a base hit his first time up. Adam with 1 away. The infield will play back looking for 2, and the pitch will be taken. Dan Duquette joining us here after the expiration of the waiver trading deadline.
I made a comment about an inning ago where Chris Tillman said that Buck has been telling him the answers are right here in the locker room. So you upgrade with Parra. Do you believe that? I mean, we have some guys that maybe have underachieved, especially in the month of July.
Well, we have some players on the roster that have produced and had better years than they're having this year, particularly offensively. And, you know, we designated Bud Norris today, and to me that was a big disappointment because he had such a great year last year. Didn't throw well in spring training, didn't throw well as a starter. We tried to transition him to the bullpen, and that didn't work. So we designated for assignment today, and we're really clearing the way for some of our better younger pitchers, including Mike Wright, who we brought up today, and also Michael Givens, who's having a really solid year, striking out a lot of hitters in Double-A. So, you know, those two moves where we traded Tommy Hunter, we got a pretty good outfielder back from the Cubs named Junior Lake, who I like. He's a player very similar to Jimmy Paredes in that he's a Dominican player. Got some time in the big league, but hadn't had a chance to really establish himself. But he's having a terrific year at AAA, and I think he'll be able to come up and help us later this year and certainly next year. But the two pitchers we added, Wright and Givens, they have a lot of talent, and we're going to give them an extended opportunity to see if they can develop into big league pitchers, because we're going to need big league pitchers next year. But I like them on this club. They're young. They have good arms. They're hard throwers, and I think they're going to help us.
Yeah, we were talking about the Tigers losing Price and their closer, and now Cespedes. But Osmus and Buck Showalter will get to see the young players perform for the last 2 months.
Exactly. They'll get to see them perform, and a lot of times when that opportunity comes, these players are hungry and they want to produce in the big leagues.
Down to third, chance for two. Castellanos one, relay over to first. That's the second big double play ball we have had in the ball game. The Orioles no runs on a couple of hits, no errors, one left on base. We'll ask Dan after we go to commercial if he's willing to stay with us, but if I say it on the air, he can't say no. I wanted to ask Dan, you can still make trades, and there are trades still made because you got to put everybody through waivers to make them after this date. Do you think there will be, number one, for the Orioles, and secondly, overall, a number of trades between now and the end of next month?
I do. There won't be a few for a couple of days because there's like this little grace period where you got to get the permission of the other clubs to trade the contract. But we picked up Diaza last year, remember, late in the season, and he helped the club. And the clubs that are in the race will pick up players, and hopefully we'll be in a position to do that.
Are you one of the blocking kind of GMs in this business where you see a guy go up and you don't want him to go to another team, so you pull him off the waiver wire?
Well, all the waiver information is confidential, Gary. But it's a very competitive time of year for the executives.
Yeah, it is. Yes.
Right. I'm seeing a little perspiration here. I mean, you're getting like this is like an interrogation. Wow.
And that one is going to bounce. All right. I promised you we wouldn't keep you late, but I want to say thank you for coming in. Congratulations on the deal struck. a real help in the outfield.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I hope they help the club.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Dan Duquette joining us, the Executive Vice President in charge of baseball operations, a.k.a. GM. Ball put up in the air to center. Well hit by McCann. Jones back to the plate, and goodbye home run. The Detroit catcher gets a hole of one, 400 plus away to lead off the fourth inning. And the Tigers now have a 5-0 lead.
Well, we talked about the fact they're just not missing pitches, and they're getting pitches to hit. I mean, Wei and Chen, even when he doesn't make a mistake, they just, for some reason, not certainly hitting differently than when the Orioles were in Detroit. But again, I mean, this middle of the plate, you can see belt high, and then again, you got to hit it pretty well, probably about 415 to get it out of here in center, and he does.
Wow. That ball is put up in the air to left center field. Marte got a lot of it. Jones going back looking, and goodbye. Not just back-to-back home runs, but back-to-back pitches. As McCann and Marte both drive it deep, and a 6-0 Tiger lead.
Well, it's fireworks night, but they started early, unfortunately, for the Orioles. Tigers got to be pretty pleased. So you're moving guys around because Cespedes is a bat, and this is a hanging changeup, and again, not in the zone, actually out of the zone, and Dave Wallace is going to come out because again, ball's up in the zone, and they're just not missing them. It's really that simple.
Amazing. There's Wright in the bullpen we were just talking about. Jim, we were saying the same thing last night with Miguel Gonzalez. It's as though they knew what was coming.
It is, and I played on. I mean, I even pitched in Detroit one night with Dennis Martinez, where I think they had 11 straight hits, and you swear that they were calling the signs, not you. But we'd go to Cleveland. You're going, okay, this is not home. This is not in Detroit, where in Cleveland we figured they got to have the signs. They'd have those big nights. But if you go back, with the exception of the J.D. Martinez home run, and he is their home run guy now that Cabrera's got the calf injury, all the other balls are kind of in the middle of the plate. And again, to their credit, and this is you got to give credit where it's due, they have had some magnificent at-bats. And the Orioles are going to have to get going.
So it resembles the ball game last night where the Orioles had that amazing comeback and fell just a run short. Now the Tigers putting up some more runs in this one. Pitch on the way, bunted poorly right at the plate. Matt Wieters will put it away, and Ghost is retired for the first out of the fourth inning. McCann gets his fifth, and Marte gets his second. In the bottom part of the order producing. Their catcher McCann's single homer, scored twice. Marte's doubled, homered, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. Those are the 7-8 hitters.
Yeah, I went down to see David Newhan, who's the assistant hitter. He actually played with the Orioles, had a good year and a half here, so he was working with Marte. He's a big kid, very young, not a lot of experience, but we can see you hang a changeup, you can hit it as far as anybody.
Rajah Davis, the leadoff batter, has doubled, scored, and has grounded out. Second back-to-back home run ball game for the Tigers, only the second, which is kind of amazing as they again put up the big runs here. 1 ball, 1 strikeout. Rajah Davis with the bases empty and 1 down. That's 6 runs on 9 hits off Chen so far.
And the other side of the I guess of the equation, we talked about it last night. They probably are a little bit. I mean, there's not a lot of tension, and they won 90 games last year. Did go to the playoffs. The Orioles beat them there. Wally Joyner talking to J.D. Martinez, who was, Wally himself, Rookie of the Year, and again a guy that used the whole field. So the approach has been terrific. They seem to be pretty relaxed.
Yes, they are, and confident. 2-2 delivery on the way against the shift and a base hit. Adam Jones up. Davis halfway down to second, so Adam hurries that one in. 2 for 3 in the ball game for Davis. Well, get in on the baseball action with Masson. Text the word Orioles to 29292 for team alerts and chances to win exclusive prizes all season long, including meet and greets with your favorite players. Again, that's Orioles 29292 throws alerts you can't miss. So another short night for an Orioles starter. It'll be 3 1/3 innings in this ball game, which is exactly how far Gonzalez went in the ball game last night. Night.
Yeah, well, just again one of those, just another night, and it was a horrendous one, and everything up, a couple of home runs, and again, you could talk about the pitch arsenal. It just didn't make a lot of quality pitches, which was very unlikely for Wei and Chen. Now it's time for a little relief for your car too. Visit Jiffy Lube for regular oil changes that help prevent damage and wear to your engine. Jiffy Lube, drive in today. So Mike Wright comes on. So his first start back on the 17th of May. If you look at the repertoire, the arsenal, a lot of fastballs came in. That was a game against the Angels. He would win. Struck out Mike Trout on a 97-mile-per-hour fastball in the first inning. Would pitch well 3 times and then struggle. So back to the minor leagues to work on the mechanics. I mean, you've got a possibility to steal a base here.
Rajai Davis got a big lead. Wright will throw over. So Davis on at first base with a base hit. 2 runs in. McCann and Marte with home runs here in the 4th inning. Iglesias a base hit. He struck out. For Wright, 25 years old, 8-0 with a 2.41 in 12 starts and 1 relief appearance at Norfolk. He had 7 1/3 scoreless innings in that game Jim was talking about. Davis started to take off, went about 4 steps and stopped, and a 1-0 count. Wright is now 2-3 with a 5.16 ERA in his major league games, 6 of them. He's given up 17 runs in 29 2/3 innings at the major league level. Added to the roster today. Big lead, Rajai Davis, and he's leaning. And there he goes. Throw by Wieters. Great scoop, catch and tag by Jonathan Schoop. Wieters gunned it on the short hop, and Schoop handled it.
Well, it's like running into a mechanical man. He's that big. Jonathan, great hands. I mean, the throw is going to hop. Quick release by Matt Wieters. Of course, Rajai Davis, he can run. So this is what we're talking about. Let the ball travel, catch it, drop it, and then hold the tag. Hold it, because I don't know if they call him out originally.
Maybe safe. They're reviewing it. Well, Brad Osmus is holding the game up.
But did he come back off the bag? And that's when it seemed like the umpire actually called him out.
It's a challenge.
Yeah.
So Osmus will challenge the call. Whether out or safe, Jim, again we see the effect of J.J. Hardy in this infield. See how he caught the ball? He caught the ball coming down on the baseball, which J.J. Hardy does as well as anyone in baseball. And he has helped Jonathan Schoop develop that. It results in the ball coming right down into the runner. Watch, instead of the glove being turned over so that you got to catch it and then come back and make a swipe, he catches the ball with the glove coming down on top of the baseball.
Yeah, now watch this. So watch this sustain. We call it tagology. Now he comes off the bag, and when he does, right there, he tags him, and that's when the umpire calls him out. They're not going to reverse this. I'm not sure right here he wasn't safe, but watch this. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and you're out. But that's how they, and the umpire, again, Tom Woodring, the second base umpire, he didn't make the call till he actually overslid the bag, or however you want to.
Well, the umpires have had to learn, and they've been instructed on this at the start of the year because of the video replays and because of these kinds of plays. The umpires have been told, do not make a call until the play is absolutely complete. You can have it in your mind, but wait until the play is completely over before a call, and that's what he did.
Yeah, so what happens is the reason Jonathan had to reach out is because the ball short hops. You can see how far. I mean, the fact that he was able to catch this ball, it was out about 2.5 feet. But what Bobby Dickerson, Orioles infield coach, and you can see the hand on the base, but the sustained tag, and he comes off. But they usually, if the throw's in the air, let it travel, because it gets there quicker than you reaching out, catching the ball, and then going back. But because it bounces, the only way he had to do it, probably one of the reasons he was safe initially, and then his impetus coming off the base, and that's when the second base umpire called him out. Now, I don't know if they can see that in New York, but the umpire, Tom Woodring, does not make the call until he comes off the bag.
They see all the replays we're seeing, hopefully. They're getting them all, and it certainly looked like he was off the bag. Tang goes on, and the out as called.
And if you're sitting at home and you're going, well, geez, you know, in the old days, didn't they throw it, guys, when you ran when it was 6-0? Well, last night it was 7-0, 7-2, 9-2, and they barely held on. So if you think you can steal a base, Davis has great speed, you send it.
So they get the call from New York, and he's out. So 2-4 and the caught stealing. A real fine play at both ends. Wieters getting rid of it in a hurry. That is now thrown out 4 of 13. And the fine play by Jonathan Scope, 1 to catch the ball and 2 to apply tagology. I think Webster will adopt that next time around. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Iglesias now with the bases empty and 2 down. That's a shattered back ground ball to second base. Scope's got this one, and that will do it. So Iglesias is retired, but a couple of home runs back-to-back pitches. McCann and Marte have extended that Tiger lead to 6-0. Straight wins at home. Last one to have 6, A.J. Burnett. That was back in 2008. He's pitching tonight against Cueto. in Kansas City. Red Sox have lost 12 of 15 since the All-Star break. The Rays have dropped 7 of 12. Yikes. The Rays have dropped from second to 3.5 behind to fourth place, 7.5 out. Those two teams play tonight. The Yankees 16-7 in July, best record in the majors. White Sox Pirates are second. The Yankees, you see, 76 runs since the All-Star break. That's the most in the majors, 2 ahead of the White Sox and the Reds, who have 74.
Does it count that they got 21 in one game?
Yes,
it does.
They all count. You can't go back with that, you know. If you just eliminate that one game where there were 21 runs scored, right?
Yeah.
And a swing.
If I just didn't lose that last game of '82, we would have gone to the playoffs.
There you go.
Right,
yeah. If you wipe that out, I had a heck of a year.
Really good.
Here is Chris Davis. Davis, a strikeout victim his first time up. Davis, Wieters, and Hardy.
I think Buck Farmer kind of likes Camden Yards. He gets in trouble, throws double plays, then they come back and get him runs. 1-1, 2-2.
He's gotten out of a couple of jams here in the ball game. Fourth inning. Davis, Wieters, and Hardy shift on, of course, against Chris. Pitch on the way will miss the outside corner. So Davis works the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. But Farmer's after his first major league win.
Yep. Well, it's the same old storyline here. Get him out of there. Get into the bullpen, which is the Orioles were able to do it.
2-2 delivery grounded to the shortstop. And the play made to record the out. Actually, that was Kinsler. Sorry. Let's take a look here. Saturday, August 15. The first 20,000 fans 15 and over get the J.J. Hardy orange replica jersey. Birds take on the A's 7:05. Your Birdland wardrobe can be added to with this great alternate jersey. Get your tickets now at Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD.
So you had the designer T-shirt, then you get the jersey. JJ.
Pays to be a Gold Glove.
Getting around.
He does it all. Here's Matt Wieters, grounded out his first time up. For the most part, Buck Farmer's been able to keep the ball on the ground. Ball put up in the air. Right on cue, way back in center and off the base of the wall. Matt's on his way to second base and will be in with a sliding double.
Yeah, I think he thought that ball was out of here. And again, probably hit about 405 feet away, and then they run it down. Goes can go get him in center, so he gets to it quickly. Boy, where was this with a couple of times runners at third and less than 2 outs? That's when he got the double play balls, and there's the perfect carry him, and then Anthony Goes turns around and throws a rocket into second.
So the Orioles get another chance here, 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position so far in the ball game. J.J. Hardy, he'll take the pitch outside for a ball. J.J. popped out his first time up. Longest hit streak in his career, 19 games. He's at 13 here in this ball game. Wieters, they're not trying to hold him close. 1-0 count, 1 down. And that will just miss on the inside corner under the arms. 2-0.
Yeah, not a lot of speed. They're looking for outs. And they need 2 to get out of this inning. And
.2-0 count. Hardy will get one. He hopes he can drive right here. And an inside corner pitch, really well located. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Not much to do with that one.
Yeah, probably an inch off the plate or so, which it was. Didn't even look back. Why? You know?
Yet another veteran move.
Yep.
2 ball, 1 strike count. Wieters, good lead at second. Ground ball to third. Castellanos takes a look, makes the play over to first. And here is our Jeep inside the numbers look.
Well, Gary, there you go. Again, the Orioles. I mean, Mike Bordick talks about it. When you look at the numbers, it's right there. You're 500 the first month, and you hit well, and then you're under 500. Then you're 18-10, and this month under 500 because you're just not scoring. And didn't pitch that well in April, and every other month his pitching's been outstanding. So the offense and a roller coaster ride. Yep.
Ryan Flaherty. Flaherty with the runner at second. Flaherty grounded out his first time up. And he will take the pitch for a strike. Tigers with the 6-0 lead. They've outhit the Orioles 10-4 so far in the ball game. Wieters with a 1-out double, still out there at second. Brad Ausmus's team trying to get back to 500. The Orioles could be at 500 if they were to lose this ball game. Well, the Tigers are 2 under. 1 ball, 1 strike count. A long look at Farmer. As we said, this is a big game for him. Chance with a good performance to earn a spot in this rotation. Made his debut August of last year against the Pirates, an ND in that game. 1-1 delivery on the way. That's there for a strike.
Yeah, when you get into one of these mini slumps, or you're a pitcher, you think every pitch has to be perfect, it has to be down and away. Sometimes you throw it right down the middle, they waffle it at somebody, it's an out. Yeah, Ryan was probably looking in, they got a ball in the corner. He's looking away, he got one down and in. Now he's got to protect.
1-2 breaking ball.
Oh.
Right underneath the glove of Marte. That's going to score a run. That should be an error on the first baseman. We'll wait and see. In any event, Wieters is able to cross on it, and the Orioles get a break and make it 6-1.
Yeah, there's been 2 balls. Jimmy Paredes hit one last inning that went under the glove of Marte, and this one, you know, again, probably not playing a lot of first. I mean, he just doesn't get the glove down. We know the rule about that. You can always come up, but you can't get down, or he'll take advantage of it.
Marte's 5th start at first base. It is an error.
And now Schoop walks up, hits one up the gap. Flaherty can run a little bit, or maybe hits one out. You're back in the game.
Tigers 3rd in defense in the league. The Orioles 1. Houston in the middle at 2. 2 down. Jonathan Schoop. 6-1 ball game. And he'll put it in the air to right, not deep. Martinez coming hard. Second baseman Kinsler the angle. Gets it in fair territory. 1 run not earned on a hit and an error with 1 left on. 6-1 Tigers. Tigers keep going.
They're roaring.
Yeah.
I'll tell you some unbelievable at bats. Again, you made a good point there. You throw them away, they think it the other way. You get a ball up the middle of the plate, get a couple of home runs, back-to-back home runs on back-to-back pitches.
Amazing output as they did last night up and down the lineup. Mike Wright on in relief, came on to get out of the inning in the 4th when the Tigers had 2 runs on 3 hits. He will work now to Kinsler. Martinez, Victor, and JD.
Yeah, and they're doing it without the guy leading the American League in batting average, Miguel Cabrera.
0-1 the count. They have added a lot of pitching prospects to their team organizationally. Here is Hardy on the big hop, and he's got it.
Well, we're going to see one of them who we saw in spring training, the David Price trade to Toronto. Daniel Norris, another unusual man. I mean, he's like 22, lives in the 1978 Westphalia VW van, but it didn't really matter. The way he threw the ball,
live anywhere he wants.
Yes.
Yeah. Tomorrow we'll be on 6:30 O's Extra, 7 o'clock for the ball game. Masson 2, WJZ. It'll be Kevin Gausman tomorrow night against Anibal Sanchez, and then the day game Sunday. That pitch is down low. That'll be 1 o'clock O's Extra, 1:30 the ball game. Ubaldo Jimenez and Daniel Norris in that one, and that was a strike.
Yeah, Mike Wright, he came up and his best pitch was a fastball, and then really his first 3 games were very good, and then down in Houston and a pitch to the scouting report, they whacked him around and then struggled and went down, worked on the windup, kind of synced up the arms and the legs. Because his best pitch doesn't mean he doesn't have a changeup, doesn't have a breaking ball, but it's a 2-seam and a 4-seam fastball.
0-2 the count. Still night here at the ballpark weather-wise. Pitch up high. Former Orioles going to be going to the mound tonight. Jason Hamill. Cubs are playing at Milwaukee as the Cubs trying to make a run at a wild card. Hamill hasn't won since June 6. 8 starts, 0-3, ERA of 4.1 and very little run support. Breaking ball, that one will miss. Well, the Cubs under Madden this year are looking at a wild card position themselves. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Victor Martinez, a strikeout into a double play, and he will foul that one back. Figure how important division games always are when you get to the final month of the year. The Orioles will play almost everything within the division except for that series against Washington in the final month. And even if the Yankees have the big lead, if it stays anything close to what it is now, all these teams in the East except Boston are going to have a shot at the wild card. A base hit for Victor Martinez. He's on with 1 down. The Orioles are hosting a Second Birdland social pregame party. It'll be Tuesday, August 18 before the Mets game. Enjoy a Q&A with those closers, Zach Britton and Orioles.com writer Brittany Giroli. Plus a game ticket. It'll be a catered menu, drink coupons, and an exclusive T-shirt. The tickets start as low as $30. Space is limited. You can go to Orioles.com/Birdland Social to reserve your spot. This is not good.
No.
Richard Manziel's the trainer. Buck Showalter on his way. Obviously something they've seen or knew about before. And while I think of that, Jim, last night Alfredo Simon, we talked about how he was throwing in the eephus pitches. It was a groin.
Yeah.
And he'd come out of the previous game with the groin bothering him. And last night pitched having a very hard time to put any pressure on the leg. There it is right there where you see him limping.
Yeah, just kind of rotated on the changeup and then went to cover. And talk about groins, that's hopefully what it is, and you certainly don't want it to be arm related.
Wow. Up today and out right now. locations throughout the Baltimore area. Visit them in store or online at mile1.com. Tigers in for 2 more tomorrow night, Sunday afternoon, and then it'll be off to the West Coast for a trip beginning with 3 in Oakland.
So Michael Givens, we saw him for an inning earlier in the year. There are his numbers down at Double-A Bowie for the Orioles. You could see 77 strikeouts, walks down, former middle infielder that was turned into a pitcher. 2010, 11, and 12, and then made the transition. He worked his way up. Delmarva, Frederick, Bowie last year, and then again this year. It's really not because of the ability level, just trying to find a place where he can pitch on a regular basis.
25 years old, made his debut June 24 at Boston, striking out 1 in an inning worth of work. He led the Eastern League in strikeouts per 9 innings, 12.5. Posted the 3rd lowest base runners per 9 innings. Tied for 3rd and 3rd lowest batting average in the Eastern League at 191. So Michael Givens on, the runner at first base. Right out, we'll get an update on the call as to why he had to come out and what happened there in that delivery. 1 down, 6-1 Tiger lead, and a 1-0 count on a pitch taken away by J.D. Martinez, who picked up the home run in the 3rd inning, good for 2 RBIs.
Well, you bring up a young pitcher, 2nd inning in the big leagues, and against this guy already, what now, 28 home runs.
He'll put that one in the air to right field. Going back on the warning track, Chris Davis. He'll make the catch by the scoreboard. Martinez retired. Victor Martinez back to first.
Well, you can see why he's able to hit home runs to all fields. He just flicked it.
Amazing power on this ball.
And he was released by Houston.
Yeah.
At the beginning of, I guess, early March last year, the Tigers snapped him up.
Castellanos coming up has struck out twice. Chen had 6 strikeouts and 3 in the 3rd innings, but 6 runs on 10 hits also. And that'll be taken at the knees for a strike. McCann will be waiting on deck. Didn't take long for the Orioles newcomers added to the roster today to make an appearance, both Wright and Givens being added. A 1 delivery on the way on the inside corner for a strike. Orioles with Parra joining the ball club. Givens and Wright called up. Norris, Hunter, Parmalee off the roster today.
The only one that surprised me is the Tommy Hunter.
Swing and a miss, got him to chase. So he'll pick up the strikeout, leave a runner on at first. 1 hit in the inning. Tigers up 6-1.
the Tigers. J.D. Martinez, a 3-run home run down the left field line, and then back-to-back home runs. McCann, the catcher for the Tigers, and then Marte. Consecutive pitches, consecutive home runs. Those are your Geico game highlights. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote. And then, of course, the Orioles, they get on the board. The error by Marte. A couple of balls that he had trouble catching.
Unearned run up there for the Orioles off Buck Farmer. 24-year-old. Getting his third start of the year, looking for his first major league win. And the pitch will miss for a ball. David Lowe hitting in the 9 spot, playing in left field, flied out to right field, his first time up. Obviously for Lowe, Snyder, Reimold. Now what? You got a left fielder join the ball club who's going to be in the lineup right away, and somebody loses playing time. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. That'll be outside. Parra can play all 3 outfield positions, and in fact has done that this season. So Buck Showalter can move him around as the need be. 2-ball, 1-strike delivery. Low ground ball towards second. Ian Kinsler. Low retired. For every Orioles walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to the March of Dimes. 251 walks, $12,550. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle.
It may mean that Chris Davis will move back to first base from right field. And then, of course, Steve Pearce, when he gets well, he can play all over, so you'll have some options. But you're right. If you want to hang around, start hitting. I mean, we've been talking about that for 4 months, and I'm not suggesting it's easy, because these guys come out and they work hard and try to make adjustments. Scott Coolbaugh, from about the 18th of February, the new hitting instructor. You want to work on something, he's there to help you. It's just hard to hit sometimes. You go through ups and downs, but for this team to play well over the last 2 months, they're going to have to do a little bit better pitching, which has been pretty good, but not the last 2 nights, and start hitting.
Check swing, think he went around. He did. Barksdale home plate umpire makes a call on that one. Wright left the ball game. Mike Wright with a left calf cramp.
Well, hopefully it's a cramp, because that won't be the DL. If it's a pull, then pretty serious. It can be.
Here's the 2-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be outside. And Manny Machado a base hit.
Yeah, and the other thing, Gary, is what the Tigers have been able to do with this offense. And early offense is take the pressure off Buck Farmer. And this is a pressure inning, because you got to go 5 to get, as you mentioned, what could be his first major league win.
And he walked it. And his first walk of the ball game comes with 1 down.
And McCann and Farmer, they were actually at Toledo last year, so they know each other.
They do. And we invite you to join the Orioles Hall of Fame at their luncheon Friday, August 14, noontime at the Warehouse. The luncheon honors Melvin Mora, Gary Renicky, John Lowenstein, and Fred Ullman Sr. before they are honored that evening on field ceremonies at the ball game that night. Tickets to the luncheon, you can get them at 410-247-2703. For more info, go to Orioles.com. Brady's a base hit, and he is grounded out. 6-11-1 for the Tigers, 1-6-0 for the Orioles, 4 left on by the O's, 3 by Detroit. And off the leg. It'll go into right field for a base hit. The second time tonight we've seen one off the pitcher, but this one looks to be
this
serious.
is a bullet. Yeah, and he's limping around, and he doesn't want to leave. I mean, just can't get it down. Got the back of the left calf. Here comes Manny all the way to third. For the third time, the Orioles have had first and third. Only scored one time to this point.
It's been a tough game on the mound tonight. Chen took a ball that hit somewhere off his leg, but had never reacted to it and just kept on going. Farmer, that one he reacted to immediately. He's going to test it here before he goes on. Get a chance at your first major league win. You don't want to leave.
And then you got the adrenaline going. I took a line drive off my shin into the dugout in a playoff game and put a little ice on it in between. And of course, the rush it didn't even hurt till after the game was over. Of course, there was an indentation for about 4 months.
Yep.
You just have no idea how quickly the ball could get back on you. And you can't defend yourself sometimes, especially the ball's down around the ankles, knees, chins, that area.
So the Orioles runners at first and third, as Jim said again, and Adam Jones gets the opportunity. He had that opportunity in the third. Same situation and hit into a double play. He is also singled in the ball game. Farmer and the few at bats opponents have had against him the third time through have now picked up 7 hits in 13 at bats. Second time through the lineup for him this year. Jones waiting on it. Pitch will be inside, and he did not go around Gary Cederstrom.
See, so that 6-1 cushion, normally you'd just be thinking right here, get a ball in the air. I don't want to hit a double play, get the run in, less than 2 outs. But because your starter didn't pitch well, now all of a sudden you're 5 down, and we'll see if that comes into play.
1-0 breaking ball is going to miss inside.
So they already got Ian Kroll. We saw him pretty much, other than Rondon and Phillies. We saw him all last night. Alex Wilson coming in to get his first major league win.
5 relievers used last night by the Tigers to preserve a 9-8 victory. 2-0 delivery on the way. Jones will fight that one away.
Yeah, and you got to decide what you want to hit, Gary, and that's the one thing that Buck Farmer's been able to do is that been able to, and you talked about it earlier, a lot of the outs on the ground, and that was a sinker. That was not a hitter's pitch, and Adam chased it because he wants to do something. But when you get ahead of the count as a hitter, you try to do it more on your terms. It can do a lot more damage.
2-1 count. Orioles off first and third, 1 down. Jones will drive it in the air to center field. He got a lot of that one. Goes going back and looking. Hey, goodbye, home run! Adam Jones delivers a long ball. Good for 3. Putting the Orioles right back in the ball game at 6-4.
That's kind of what I had on mind. Disdain the sinker and hit the hanging changeup. And that's exactly what he does. So now you're within 2.
And for Jose Orellana, our Maryland lottery contestant, a homer worth 500, and for the Orioles, a big get back in the ball game drive. And that will be it for Farmer. He's not going to have a chance to be the winning pitcher in this ball game, as he's not going to get through the 5th inning. Manny Machado a walk, Paredes a single. Adam Jones delivering the long ball for the Orioles. Here's the right down the middle.
Drops the changeup, and again, Adams aggressive early. He misses the sinker, good thing, and then he gets a better pitch to hit and just doesn't miss it. And then Darren O'Day tries to flag it down.
Not successful with the hat. That's why gloves were invented.
You have a 6-1 lead, the 3-run home run. They almost literally knocked him out. Brady's hitting the ball off, I think, his left leg. So Ian Kroll will come on. Fastball. Saw him last night. Briefly gave up a hit. He comes in, hard thrower. 93, 94, hard slider, upper 80s, and then a changeup and a curveball. So 4-pitch pitcher. Done a pretty nice job for him. Again, the bullpen. Only 1 run over his last 10 appearances, and Orioles again trying to make a game out of this after trailing early.
Home run by Adam Jones has done just that. Here's Chris Davis, 0 for 3 off Kroll. Kroll in the ball game last night. No part of an inning. Gave up a base hit. So the mix and match begins again for Brad Ausmus in this bullpen that has struggled. 0-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be foul back. Chris struck out, grounded out. He's got a 2 for 6 in the 2-game set so far. Davis, 5 RBIs against this Detroit team this year. And Adam Jones will knock Farmer out of the ball game. 17th home run. 0-2 delivery on the way to Davis. That's going to be a base hit against the shift. So the Orioles will bring the potential tying run to the plate here in the 5th inning. Time for you to tweet your strongest fan photo. Use O's Couch Cam. You might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile.
Yeah, we saw last night Brad Ausmus, when he did get somebody up, he'd have a right-hander right behind him. That's not the case, at least to this point. So Kroll comes in, horrendous 0-2 pitch. I mean, a hanging slider. Chris Davis had been 0 for 3, doesn't even miss it because he's swinging the bat well, and it does get Wieters to the plate.
That will take the pitch outside for Kroll. Lefties at 310, right-handers at 302. So everybody's hitting. And a 1-0 count. Matt Wieters in the ball game, a double, scored the unearned run in the 4th inning. Now represents the potential tying run. The Orioles twice last night tried to come back from 7-run deficits and made it to within 1, but didn't get there. Tonight another deficit they're trying to come back from. Pitch taken away, and Kroll goes 2-0.
Yeah, the Orioles, if you're going to get into a battle of bullpen, their ERA, at least over the course of the season, almost a run and a half better. But you can't keep spotting them 5, 6, 7-run leads.
2-0 count. Wieters will take that one up high, and the count goes to 3-0. Not close on that. We were talking with Dan Duquette earlier about qualifying offers made to players that they hope to keep at the end of the season. How about Matt Wieters? Free agent, but only a half a year in. Qualifying offer to Matt Wieters?
Oh, yeah.
3-0 delivery on the way, and he walked him. He wasn't close. Wanted nothing to do with Matt, and that puts 2 on.
Of course, I'm not the GM. Here comes Jeff Jones. Come out and talk to his lefty who's overthrowing everything. The reason I say that is because the worst case scenario, if you gave him a qualifying offer, and I think it's what the average salary of the top 125 players, so it was 15.3, and maybe it'll go up a little bit. If you had to pay that, you'd probably overpay $3, $4, $5 million for the 1-year deal.
Mm-hmm.
But you would get a former All-Star Gold Glove winner as your catcher, so it's not like you're throwing the money away. And
yep.
Of course, again, I mean that's the way I would look at it. And of course, if he goes somewhere else, you look at Russell Martin, look at McCann, it's what, 15, 16 million a year, 17 million.
And I know Dan Duquette said qualifying offers are never accepted. They never have been. I think Matt Wieters could be somebody who would accept a qualifying offer. I'll tell you why. Matt may want to get in a whole year of production before he signs a long-term deal somewhere and give himself a chance to have a full year of big numbers, and could become for the Orioles the next Nelson Cruz. 1 down. Runners on at first and second base. And a swing and a tapper. It's foul, and it's going to stay that way. McCann will make sure as he picks it up. Orioles already with 3 runs in on the homer by Jones. 5 in a row have reached base after Lowe grounded out to start the inning. Well, the Orioles, another chance here. Each team getting Pretty good number of opportunities. The Orioles 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Was checking today, the Orioles at one point had the fewest opportunities with runners in scoring position. They are now 9th in the American League in that part of it. Delivery, another pitcher gets hit. Kroll's got to go to first. Threw it away. Wynn will score from third. Davis is in. Over to third base. Matt Waiters. And the Orioles make it a 6-5 game. And the third time a pitcher has had one come back off him in the middle.
Yeah, at least he gets leather on it. But the problem is, again, it's just not a good decision. Yeah, you know, it's an emotional one. You want to get an out. They brought you in. You got a 6-4 lead. You go get it. Makes a nice recovery. You do that, and then an off-balance jump throw. And they're very lucky it didn't go into the dugout, because if it does, it's going to be a tie game. It's just not a percentage play. But I still remember when I came up at 19, Bertie Kevitz was managing Cleveland. He goes, you rush to lose, you slow down to win. Kroll rushes, and the Orioles take advantage of it.
So it'll be a single for Hardy, extending his hit streak to 14. No RBI. The error charged on the throw by Kroll will allow the run to score and allow Matt Wieters to go to third. Still only one away. Ryan Flaherty, it is a 6-5 ball game, and Ryan takes the breaking ball for a strike. Flaherty has reached on an error and grounded out. The Tigers have now committed 2 errors in this ball game. One, an unearned run. This could be the second unearned run, depending on how the inning plays out. Flaherty is the 8th Oriole to hit here in the 5th inning. Pitch is in there for a strike again.
Yeah, he's got a curveball, as we mentioned, 4-pitch pitcher. A little bit harder with 2 strikes. We talked about when Adam Jones came up with a couple of guys on. It was 6-1. So you want to hit the ball and stay out of the double play, but fly ball only gets you 1. Fly ball here, if you can do it with 2 strikes, gets you possibly a tie.
0-2 delivery to Flaherty, and late on that one as he blew it by him and it fouled it off. Yeah. That's Jose Valdez, who was in the bullpen for the Tigers.
Bruce Rondon.
That's right.
Boy, it looks like him. And he throws a lot harder.
All right. It was the last day of the trading thing, so give me your roster. Here's the 0-2 delivery on the way, and I think he went. He did. Flaherty is going to be called out on strikes.
Really good breaking ball. I mean, exactly where you're supposed to throw it. Take a look right here. He's trying to just make contact, and again, he's not able to do it.
So first and third, there are 2 away. The 9th Oriole to hit, Jonathan Scope. Scope has grounded out and popped out. And the Orioles looking for another big hit and get this ball game tied up or better. Pitch, another fastball at 92, and that was by Jonathan. So Kroll raring back here.
Yeah, if you look at the 6 on Jonathan Scope's number, when he starts swinging at the balls above that, that's when he swings through them. He did it all last year. Better hitter this year, but just make the ball be down a tad.
0-1 hit to short. Iglesias up for us at second. Flips it there to Kinsler to get it. But the Orioles respond as they pick up 4 in the inning. The big blow. Adam Jones, 17th home run, good for 3 RBIs, and the Orioles add another to make it 6-5. Big house on hand here. A Tigers lead cut to 1-6-5, and nobody more excited about it than Lena Lukiana. She is going to be 93 in September, and she is attending her first Major League Baseball game. I do not believe that beautiful woman's going to be 93.
No.
I can't believe that.
Well, that's I would like to think the Orioles are going to go win this game for her.
Yeah.
Humidity's down.
Her first Major League game, she's looking out. Yes, that's you. Welcome to the ballpark. Great to have you with us. And a happy 93rd coming up in September. And may I say, you look great.
Marvelous.
Marvelous, darling. You all know who you are. James McCann and a 1-0 count. I have to tell you, we were looking. McCann, by the way, has single homered and scored twice in the ball game. Got his 5th home run. Givens is going to be a foul ball. We knew she was here, and we knew the section she was in. We kept looking, and we knew it had to be her, but we couldn't believe she was 93. We kept looking and looking. That's got to be the lady, but there's no way she could be 93.
Well rested.
Can't be. Just can't be. That's great. 1-1 delivery on the way. Good pitch by Givens. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Yeah, he could throw hard. I don't know if he's hit 97 or 8 that they talk about, but real good breaking ball here. A couple of 94s last inning.
Givens on for right, who worked 2/3 of an inning and was charged with 1 hit, and he gets the strikeout, his second.
Well, somebody's got to get the can out. He's been red hot. And right here, probably looking for a breaking ball and doesn't get it.
Oh. One down.
Yeah, young pitcher. You establish your breaking ball. You get a couple pitches over. Good things happen.
Marte up, RBI double and a home run, his 2nd home run of the season. Marte's had a good day at the plate, not so good at first base.
Boy, what a year he was having down at AAA Toledo. I mean, he was just leading the league in RBIs. I mean, a great month of July.
He just turned 24 years old out of La Romana in the Dominican Republic. First Major League opportunity coming this season. About a .260 career minor league hitter.
Yeah, leading the league in RBIs, total bases, extra base hits, 13 home runs.
1-1 is right there. Givens tying him up.
And then 3rd and doubles.
One ball, 2-strike count. Givens got a nasty delivery on the slider that he throws it down. Well, right-handed hitters looks like it's coming right at you.
I think he hides the ball real well. Watch him drop his front shoulders. You don't really see it.
That's going to be a base hit into left field. Low over to get it. So a big night for Marte at the plate. He's 3 for 3 in the game. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Dancing machines and a big house fireworks night Friday night, and a good game here against the Tigers. Another Orioles attempt at a comeback in the ball game. Ground ball towards second base. Jonathan Scope bobbles. Play at first and will record the out.
Yeah, you could see that coming. You try to come get it, and again, a lot of times when you do that, because you know goats can run, you can't pick your hop, and then it takes a short hop. Watch this. They'll come get it. Come on, come up right there, and then the little maybe bad hop, short hop, whatever you want to call it, just comes up enough off the heel of the glove. With the wherewithal, ball in front of him. And goes doesn't run full tilt because he thinks it's pretty routine.
Ghost is 0 for 3. Runner in scoring position with 2 down is Marte. Here's Raja Davis. Double single. Grounded out. Pitch outside for a ball. Detroit 2 for 6 in these situations tonight. Davis in the leadoff spot. 6-0 lead. Tigers had it. They've lost it. Still have a lead, but now only by 1.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen for Michael Givens out of Tampa, Florida, he's going to find out, this a little bit higher level here in the sense that if you make a mistake or you make a guy look bad, They'll look for pitches. That's what happened with Marte. Good slider, bad slider, hit it into left field. So you really find out. I mean, most guys out of the bullpen throw 93 to 95, and they have breaking balls. And
Elijah Davis, Chris Davis, and Chris Davis wins. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Orioles down by 1. Our Mazda do-ups: David Lowe, Manny Machado, Jimmy Paredes. They bring us this moment in history. It was on this date, the 31st of July in 1983, when Brooks Robinson went into the Hall of Fame. The induction with Juan Marichal, the great George Kell, and Dodger manager Walter Alston, all inducted. A tremendous class baseball history right there for Brooksy. The numbers that went on the plaque were the 1,357 RBIs, 482 doubles, and that great Gold Glove.
16 of them.
Yep. And there's where Frank. Brooksy is recognized, along with Frank and Jim and the 6.
Yeah, the Orioles played the next day, so that's the first time I ever got to Cooperstown. As you mentioned, 83. It was Cal's second year, full year. So they gave us about 15 minutes to go through the museum. First time I ever got to the Baseball Hall of Fame Museum.
Great chance. 1-0 count. Kroll, the left-hander, stays on here, and the breaking ball will be up high. Cosmos wants the left-handers to have to come up against him. Brad Ausmus also has to be concerned about how far he can go into this bullpen again. David Lowe will take the pitch, and it will miss a little bit outside.
Well, you really got to get a good pitch here until you get to 3-2. You're trying to get on. You have good speed. You could be the tying run.
3-0. He walked him on 4 straight. 2 walks. He surrendered.
They get somebody up behind him again. I don't know if it's Rondon or whatever. Oh, it is Valdez.
It is Valdez. And we may certainly see him up close in a moment. So Brad Ausmus is on his way out, as we can expect him to be doing a couple more times in this ball game, as he tries to maneuver, as he did last night, through the bullpen, through the Orioles lineup, as his starter only lasted 4 1/3 for Buck Farmer. And now to the bullpen for the second time. Orioles down by just 1.
as of late. 2 runs over the last 9 outings. Low ERA over the last 12 and a third innings. Righties don't hit him well. .222. And then last year he was an all-star at their their Double-A affiliate. So he'll come in, and of course a 1-run lead at the moment.
Major League debut for the 25-year-old. Valdez just called up as this roster continues to be shuffled for the Tigers. He pitched 41 2/3 innings at the minors, gave up a hit an inning, 40 of them, 19 earned runs. Opponents at .245 against him on the year. The right-hander's only .222. He played Double-A ball last year, got a shot at Triple-A this year, and now he'll make his Major League debut tonight with a call-up from the Toledo Mud Hens. Now, Brad Osmus also being introduced to some players. I mean, he saw him at spring training, etc., but an opportunity now to figure out how they're going to fit in.
Yeah, and then he gets to face Manny Machado in his Major League debut.
With the runner on at first base, so he'll have to work out of the stretch. Manny's had a walk, a single, and been hit by a pitch. 4-game hit streak for him. Scored a run in the 5th inning. He came in ahead of Adam Jones as Machado and Paredes were on when Adam got his 17th home run, good for 3 RBIs. Another unearned run scored in that inning. Orioles cutting the lead to 1.
Yeah, you like your chances because Manny can spray the ball. You got speed at first and low. Not stolen base speed. Can't throws too well. Don't want him getting thrown out with 1, 2, 3 coming up.
Pitch on the way will be taken outside for a ball.
So Jose comes up. Different baseball. Different environment. Big question. A lot of times it's not about stuff. Usually if you're pitching at a high level, Triple-A, you can throw pretty well, but can you command it? Can you throw strikes?
1-0 delivery on the way, and that's going to be taken up high.
You can see the arm, 97. But Manny's got to hit off 97 right here, and if he gets one in the middle of the plate, you never know what's going to happen.
2-0 count. Low, good speed, decent lead over there at first base. Pitch is taken. Going to make him throw a strike here, which he's not been able to do in his debut, and the count will go to 3-0. Now the Orioles trying to take advantage of this Tiger pitching staff with another starter going short. 4 runs, 6 hits off Farmer, their starter. Kroll on, first reliever. And that is going to be a called strike. 3-1.
Yeah, tough to earn strikes when you're all over the place, but he got that one.
Outfield straight away on Manny. 3-1 delivery on the way, and he jacks it way back left field, and goodbye, home run, and the Orioles have the lead.
Well, there are home runs, and then there's home runs.
That was a rainmaker. 22 on the year, a couple of RBIs, and the Orioles for the first time in the 2 games have a lead. Jose Orlana, our Maryland lottery contestant, another $500 on the homer. And here's Paredes, base is empty, and he'll foul it back.
Now take a look right here. 5th straight fastball, 93, center cut, and the Orioles have the lead.
And Power, the newest Oriole, celebrating in the Oriole dugout.
Well, Geraldo he's going to get used to it here in this ballpark. Orioles averaging over 5 runs a game.
So the Orioles have done it. What they couldn't do last night, they get done tonight using home runs. A 3-run homer by Jones, the 2-run homer by Manny Machado. And they have the 7-6 lead, even though they've been out hit 12-9 in the ballgame. Brady's a couple of base hits, 2 for 3 in the game, and he'll take the pitch inside. So Valdez has a debut he'd just as soon not have had, but it'll be remembered as he comes on, and the first batter faced, Manny Machado, rocks one on him. 2 ball, 1 strike count. And that's way inside.
Well, every time you bring up a young guy or you try to double, triple up, in this case 5 straight fastballs, I'm reminded when Leo Mazzoni came over. Sammy Palazzo was the manager, and they said, "What's your pitching philosophy?" And he said, "Well, if a jet plane comes across home plate too often, eventually you're going to catch up with it." And that's what happened. And we talked about how good the Tigers were. You got to give Manny. He looked for his pitch, didn't miss it, didn't pop it up, belted it.
And the 3-1 delivery on the way is outside, and Valdez needs to be settled down. So Jeff Jones, the pitching coach, is going to take a slow walk out, see if he can get Valdez breathing again.
Yeah, Jeffrey Marte, they were teammates, trying to get him to relax. It's not an easy ballpark, easy team. Here comes his pitching coach. They're trying to do exactly what you did in the minor leagues, but it's not the minor leagues. And sometimes but they're trying to loosen them up. And again, this is the future. I mean, guys like this, power arm, earn his way up. Leonard Diaz, the Orioles assistant hitting coach, I think, telling Manny where it landed.
Well, we'll see whether or not he can settle in here. The Orioles would like to take advantage of him. Certainly Manny Machado did. Adam Jones has already picked up his 17th home run. He's 2 for 3 in the ballgame with a single. Adam now up to 290. See, the RBIs have hit the 50 mark. Runner at first base is still nobody out here in the inning. 2 walks and a home run. And the pitch will be taken down low for a ball. Much the same kind of ball game we had last night. Limited success for starters. Tiger bullpen struggling. Kroll 2/3 of an inning. He gives up 2 runs, 1 earned in the game. And a check swing went around on it. Home plate umpire Barksdale makes the call. Count goes to 1-1. Has Rowe now for the Orioles. Another 2 games left to go in this series, and both teams have eaten up the bullpens. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Valdez delivery, and that ball's off the fist to center. Goes started back. Diving catch made. Anthony Ghost. Did he drop it? He's hurt.
Yeah, I think he might have landed on it, Gary.
He's hurt. It looked like he landed on that wrist, glove side.
Or maybe even the baseball as it came out of the glove. Kind of hard to see, but he does break back, and then just the glove comes off. And that's what he rolls over.
I thought he was going to catch that.
Well, I think it went in the glove, and it's in the glove, and then the glove comes off. And boy, and now finally, as he kind of drags it with his feet, it comes out of the glove. So in, that's in the webbing right there. And then does he have control of it? Nope.
So it'll be a base hit for Adam Jones. He's got a 3-hit ball game. Boy, it's been a strange game.
Yeah, you were right about the drop step. Big swing, ball off the end of the bat, takes a step back. Great diving effort. But he caught the glove underneath his body.
Kevin Rand, the trainer out there, one of Bowdoin College finest. He'll hustle his way back in. There's Kevin. He's been around a long time as a trainer, like Richie Manziel's. They're two of the veterans. 34th season in pro ball, 23rd at the major league level. So the Orioles will keep it going. They pick up the base hit. Runners on at first and second base. Paredes, of course, trying to figure out what was going on. The base runner for the Orioles was at second. He wasn't sure if that ball had been caught, dropped, or otherwise, because it was hidden.
Neither was Anthony Gose.
Anthony Gose didn't know either. So Brady stayed at second base, waiting to see what the call was going to be.
But we saw the white, but that was actually coming through the webbing of the glove. And then somehow he rolled on it, kneed it, kicked it.
I mean, if the ball had moved away at all and Gose gone down, Paredes would have scored. He could have seen it. Here's Chris Davis. 2 on. Chris off the end of the bat foul. He's had a base hit, run scored, 1 for 3 in the ball game for Chris. So the Orioles catching up in the hit department as well as taking the lead, 7-6. Phillies, who we did not see in the ball game last night, in the bullpen. 0-1. These have been highly offensive games. Here's the 0-1 delivery on the way. At least when viewed from a pitcher's perspective, it has two meanings, that highly offensive. We had 13 runs in this game on 22 hits.
And the
we had 17 runs last night on 26 hits.
And the fireworks don't start till after the game.
Pretty amazing. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Still nobody out here, and there's a nice off-speed delivery that Chris was out in front of, 1 and 2.
Well, Jose Valdez, you talked about Chris Davis leading the league in strikeouts. And of course, that's what he's looking for. And the Orioles would like a hit, obviously, but they'd also like maybe an advancement of the runners.
Orioles 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position tonight. 7-10-0 for the Orioles, 6-12-2 for the Tigers. Those 2 unearned runs the Orioles have picked up in the game loom large. 1-2 delivery on the way to Davis down to first, and that will be a foul ball. Cal will stay at 1 and 2. Manny Machado, 22nd home run of the season. 2-hit ball game for him. He scored a couple of runs in the game, and he's been on all 4 times up. Hit by a pitch, a walk, single, and a home run. One and 2. Valdez will look back to second. Davis will take the pitch outside. 2 ball, 2 strike count.
Yeah, we saw 97, and then the rest of them either breaking balls. 93, 4. Probably 4-seam fastball, 2-seamer, less velocity.
2 and 2. Still nobody out here. Always have a chance for a big inning, and that's going to add to it. It'll be played by Martinez in the corner. Paredes makes the turn. He'll score. RBI for Davis, and the Orioles have an 8-6 lead.
Pretty sweet swing right there. Going to chase the ball out of the zone for strike 1. Good breaking ball for strike 2, and then he just got the bat head to the ball. Said he's going to try to just swing easier, and he does. Look how quickly he gets the bat head to the ball. Of course, they're playing him to pull. Martinez with a good arm, so they only get the 1 run, but it's now 8-6 Orioles.
So Valdez will, in his major league debut, will work no part of an inning. He gives up a home run, a walk, and 2 singles. Charged with 2 runs already and responsible for the base runners who are on. The moon glowing for the O's. Chen took one. It looked like it came off the leg, but he stayed on and continued to pitch. He'd be one of three that would take it. Farmer, their starter, he took one, limped around for a while, said it hit him in the inside of the knee. He stayed on, but not for long. And then here's Cole, and he gets one. And he would stay in the ballgame for another hitter, and then he had to come out. And the blue moon shining tonight is having a weird effect on baseball.
That it is. Neftali Feliz actually was a closer earlier in the year, had 6 saves, and then DL had a abscess problem and came back and traded over here to the Tigers, where he's pitched in a couple of games. Hard thrower, 95, loves his fastball, throws it for a strike, slider, changeup, averages up high. And again, the Rangers, Sean Tolleson, their closer, so he was expendable, and now he's a Tiger.
So the infield's going to move in. Runners at first and third and nobody out. Matt Wieters has doubled, scored, walked, grounded out. Tigers trying to keep this ball game at a 2-run differential. And obviously Matt gets a big advantage. Lead runner Adam Jones. Davis on at first base goes. Throw made. Runner not going from third. Tag, and he's out. Oh, mercy. The Orioles gave an out away right there.
Well, Nick Lacy had put the deke on him. We talked about McCann. He can throw. So again, I mean, he's going right here. Got a slide. And he just pretended he wasn't going to get it. Caught it and then tagged him. It would have been a tough reach if he was sliding to the other side of the bag. Wow.
Wow.
It's a wow.
Buck Showalter's having his video crew take a look. It was close. So that's why we're waiting. It was real close. Okay, everybody. Dun, 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 dun. Nope, not going to challenge. So the out stands. Goes as caught stealing. Throw down by McCann, who's big play, and Buck not happy. The infield will stay drawn in. Now one away with Paredes, or Jones rather, still on there at third. The ball will be fouled away. Matt Wieters with a 2-strike count. Strangeness continues.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Things that happen in a game, no two are ever alike. A 2 delivery on the way and a swing and a miss. Matt Wieters, and all of a sudden, with Feliz getting the strikeout, and that's only the third Oriole to strike out in the game. 2 down.
Yeah, well, you're talking about, Valdez is a rookie, major league debut, and this guy's got movement, he's got experience. Yeah, Tommy John surgery, but he knows how to pitch, and he's got 3 pitches. This is 2-seamer, and Matt's trying to get the ball in the air, unable to do it. And now J.J. Hardy's got to get the 2-strike hit.
Hardy extended his hit streak to 14 games. Base hit, 5th inning, 1 for 3 in a game outside. By the way, it is a blue moon tonight. Compliments of NBC News. Friday night's moon is being called a blue moon because it is the 2nd full moon in 1 month. First one was on July 2nd. Blue moon occurs about every 30 months. Blue moon 2 in 1 month. There it is right there, ladies and gentlemen. Up for sale right now. Place your bids. Foul back into the screen, 1-1.
Telling you get it from all angles.
That's why they say once in a blue moon. That saying only happens once in a blue moon. What most people think is a blue moon occurs more than once every 30 months.
I just thought it was a song, which it is.
It is a song, Blue Moon. It's an old standard.
That's
you know that?
That's why I know it. Of course I know
well, it was, but the Marcells did the bomb, 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 Blue Moon. But Blue Moon's a very old standard song done as a waltz.
That's what I know it from. Right? Very old.
Very old. Yeah. Things you learn here you wish you didn't. Ball is popped up, third base side, and not quite playable. The TriMate over there.
Yeah, whatever. See that little signage. Maybe part of the padding comes out. That's the difference. J.J. Hardy gets the hit. Barely gets over there. Yeah, Nick wants it. Nick has to honest, and so does everybody else.
Close, but not quite. Two ball, two strike count. Runner off third base, 2-2, 2 down. Phillies delivers, and that ball is going to be fouled away. The Orioles battling here. They picked up 3 runs here in the 6th inning. J.J. Hardy trying to add another, because it's clear in this series you are never going to have enough runs, either team. Phillies on into Valdez. Gave up a walk, 3 hits, including a homer, in no part of an inning pitch. 2-2 delivery on the way, and Hardy will chop it towards the hole. Castellanos got it, makes the play, and a good one. That will retire the side, but the Orioles get the lead, and Manny Machado's blast gave it to them, his 22nd home run of the season, good for 2 RBIs, and the Orioles are up 8-6. And brought to you by the Maryland Fire Chiefs and Maryland State Firemen's Associations. Email mdfirevolunteer@gmail.com to volunteer with your local fire, rescue, and EMS. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer with you. Wild night here at Camden Yards. Big crowd on hand. The Orioles on top 8-6, trying to take game 2.
And Chaz Rowe comes on out of the bullpen. Manny Machado puts him ahead. 22nd home run. A lot of fastballs. And then the rest of them are sliders and good ones. 92 to 94, and then a late breaking slider. What a godsend. Obviously, I don't think you make the Tommy Hunter trade if Chaz Rowe does not come over from the Yankees, come to the big leagues and pitch at the performance level that he's been able to.
Jose Iglesias. One of our favorite fans, who has a voice that can be heard in Beijing, Afghanistan, Australia, Ireland, just said, "Got to do something about the moon." He said that.
And he's right here at the ballpark.
He's right here at the ballpark.
And he can be heard.
He's always here at the ballpark, and we always know that. The pitch is on the inside corner for a strike. Iglesias up. He's had a base hit, 1 for 3 in the ball game, 4-game hit streak for him.
Yeah, he just gave him a grade. He gave him a D- on that call. Well, he's trying to get on, as we know, and
that's a strike.
Yeah.
So Chaz Rowe gets it in there, and a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
So Jose out of Cuba saying, okay, high, low. I think I'll be swinging here. He's done a nice job of that, boy.
1 ball, 2 strike delivery, and he went after that one and fouls it back. Matt Weeder got that bare hand out of the way.
Nothing close will I take.
Rowe working in his second game against the Tigers this year. He's given up no runs, 4 hits, and 2 innings worked against the Tigers on the season. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Kinsler waiting on deck, and that ball will be looped into the seats. That one also is foul.
Yeah, they do such a good job talking about the Tigers, and we've seen it. We talked about the runs. They got 9 last night, the early 6. But the plate coverage it's tremendous. You think you made a good pitch. That was about as good a slider as you can throw, and now he's going to force him to come in and try to work on that side of the plate.
And he did, and it's chopped foul.
And then the problem with Jose Iglesias is that if he hits that infield roller, he's going to beat it out. He has that kind of speed. He had the microfractures of both of his legs, the tibias last year. Missed the whole year. The year before, 10 base hits for the Red Sox, 35 infield hits.
And that's going to be a base hit the other way. They just keep doing it. We've talked about it for 2 games now. Iglesias will pick up a leadoff single here in the 7th inning. Follow the Orioles wherever you are with MLB.com at bat, #1 app for live baseball, up to the moment, at any moment. In-game highlights, look-in, StatCast, and more. MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet.
And Gary, when you think, you move everybody like a left-handed pull hitter, and what did he do off Wei and Chen? He clubbed one to left for a base hit. So, that's why he comes in hitting .318.
Here's the veteran Ian Kinsler. 2 for 3 in the ball game, 2 singles. Takes it away. He's also grounded out. So the Tigers have their 13th hit in the ball game. Potential tying run at the plate. Ian Kinsler. He's done a number on the Orioles this year. He's hitting about .380 now against the Orioles this season. .330 lifetime. 1-0 pitch to him. Again, he'll let it go by. Chaz Rowe can't get him to chase 2-0. Kinsler, a lifetime .273 major league average, and he's a little bit above that right now, closing in on .290.
Yeah, not as much a pull hitter. We've also seen him, like Iglesias, with more. Of course, he's got more power than that.
And he was trying to use some power right there.
And we've seen him hit home runs because he's a lifter. He lifts the ball with the best of them. And Jazz, from what I've seen, and as you mentioned, his first major league debut was against Miami back on the 24th of May. He loves the slider, and it's a ground ball strikeout pitch.
2-1 delivery, runner off first, going to miss away. Count will go to 3-1. Michael Givens, good job at inning in 2/3, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Mike Wright came on, worked only 2/3 of an inning, gave up 1 hit, had to leave with a left calf cramp. There's Givens in the middle. Did a good job. Looked good. Confident. Threw well. 3-1 pitch on the way, and that's going to go to the gap. That'll fall in for an extra base hit. It'll split it. Jones over the sliding stop, making the turn. Iglesias got a chance at the plate. Here's the throw. Scope there, and he is out. Great relay throw. They get the out at the plate.
Well, here comes Brad Ospich. Going to have a little conversation with Lance Barksdale. So he's probably going to say that he blocked the plate. And they're probably going to ask for a replay. But Ken, this play doesn't happen if Jonesy made a great play in right center. So he doesn't give him any avenue. But again, he had the ball well before Iglesias got there. So we're going to see how they call this. But again, Jones to Scope. And again, your scouting reports tell you nobody has a better throwing arm from second base than Jonathan Scope. Look at this play right here. Hit the cutoff man. He does. And then a BB.
Now remember, this is an umpire's call because they've already used their challenge and lost it.
Now the other thing is he had to go out and get that throw. I mean, if he doesn't go get the ball, how does he actually catch it? So the intent was to catch the ball, and then, as it turns out, he tags the runner. And of course, Brad Osmus, 18 years as a major league catcher, and a very good one.
The umpires do not have to review this if they don't want to. It could be challenged, but the challenge has already been used and lost by the Tigers earlier on a play at second base.
I mean, if Matt doesn't go out and short hop that ball, so he's in the act of catching it and it just happens to be in the baseline.
They are going to review it.
But what would be the difference between that and doing that at second base? I don't know. I mean, you know what I'm saying as far as going, if it's
blocking the back.
Well, he didn't block it. He went to catch it. As it turned out, it happened. So it'll be interesting to see how they interpret this.
See, one of the questions I think, Jim, and is that Matt was in that lane before he had the ball. Now, you're right. He had to do that in order to get the ball.
I mean, is he supposed to stand 2 feet away and try to one-hand it and let the potential tying run? Because this is the 7th run. And again, he holds on to it. I mean, look at the focus by Lance Barksdale to get the call. Now, did he make it go out of the baseline? Yeah, but how do you catch the ball if you don't do that?
Well, if I remember from the instructions that we had, that is the catcher's obligation, is to give a lane to the runner until he has the ball. That's as I remember it. But
and we also, you know, when that happened, when they started it last year, we go, okay, what if you have to go catch the ball and inadvertently block the runner from getting to that lane?
Yep, we'll get a call. We're assuming that Brad Osmus didn't ask about whether a tag was applied. We're assuming that what he asked the umpires to look at was positioning. He's out. Whatever it was, the call stands. So a tremendous defensive play and a big one right there. Everybody contributing.
Yeah,
Adam had a slide to stop the ball from going by him and still makes the cutoff.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was, you know, that's why he's won 4 Gold Gloves. I think Matt was asking Lance Barksdale what your interpretation was, because I had to go out and catch it, and in doing so, I did block the lane that Ixlesi was trying to establish.
So Victor Martinez up. Now there is a runner at third base. Kinsler got a double and he moved up on the throw. So they still have the potential tying run at the plate and only 1 out. Iglesias taking out on the tag at home, trying to cut it to a 1-run ball game.
And of course they will concede the runner at third only because of the scoreboard.
We're in the 7th inning. It's a wild one. O'Day up. Both clubs fingernails on the chalkboard in this one.
And the hitting by the Tigers just goes on and on. I mean, Ixlesi shoots one to right. Kinsler up the gap. It's like they know where everybody's playing, and then they hit it where they're not playing. Hit it where they ain't.
0-1 delivery on the way. Protect me swing right there, and an 0-2. Martinez, a base hit, has struck out and is hit into a double play for the Tigers here in the ball game. Both teams are piling up these runner in scoring position opportunities and having some very strange plays occurring when these opportunities come. 0-2 count. Runner off third base, 1 out. And a grounder towards short. Hardy will go over to get it. The run will score. It will be an RBI for Victor Martinez, and it's back to a 1-run ball game, 8-7.
Yeah, he would have liked to have done more, but good pitch and good result because of the fact that Kinsler's able to get to third base as Buck Showalter's going to come out of the dugout.
So the bases are empty. There are 2 down. You got J.D. Martinez, who has got power, has already delivered a home run in the ball game. Tigers have gone 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position tonight. Orioles have gone 4 for 13, and there's probably more to come the way these 2 teams are hitting. O'Day on to pitch. against Anibal Sanchez. And coverage on MASN 2 at 6:30. OS Extra presented by Southwest, followed by game coverage at 7 on MASN 2 and WJZ. All the access you need right here on MASN.
Well, Darren O'Day comes on, and again, a lot of fastballs, different arm angles, and different speeds, in and out. 2-seamers, 4-seamers, breaking balls, same thing. Adds, subtracts. Occasional changeup. We won't see it in a close game, which this is. And again, lefty's hitting him a little bit better. 4 balls have gone out of the ballpark, and that's who he's facing. Home run hitter J.D. Martinez.
Got his 28th home run in the 3rd inning with the runner on board. And the pitch, he went around, and a strike called. 2 down, nobody on. One of the outs recorded at the plate on the 8-4-2 putout. That got Iglesias on the double by Kinsler. Kinsler scores on the ground out by Victor Martinez. J.D. Martinez with the 0 for 3 off Darren. That one to the backstop. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Orioles on top, 8-7. Making a comeback in this game after the Tigers had put 6 runs up on the board by the end of the 4th inning. Their half before the Orioles would finally get an unearned run. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that's going to miss a little bit inside.
Yeah, somebody had to stop the bleeding, and as it turned out, Mike Wright for a couple of outs, and then Michael Gibbons. Last night it was Tommy Hunter. Amazing number for Darren O'Day. He's 22-7 since he came to the Orioles in 2012.
2-1 pitch on the way. On that play at the plate where Iglesias was thrown out, it was in fact the replay of the collision rule as to whether or not Wieters had blocked the lane and made contact with the runner before he had the ball. And obviously the out call was confirmed. 3-1 delivery on the way, and that's going to miss outside. So O'Day will surrender the walk. That is the first walk surrendered by Oriole pitching in the ball game.
Yeah, that's almost I don't think you ever want to pitch somebody, but when you're a veteran, Darren's going to turn 33 in October, you decide who you want to pitch to. And when you have the kind of success that he has, usually it works out in your favor. Not always, though.
He has all the confidence in the world when he does this, that he can get the next hitter out of there. Castellanos at the plate is 0 for 1 against O'Day. Takes the pitch up and in, and a 1-0 count. So a runner on at first base. Castellanos struck out 3 times. That golden sombrero looming large. 1-0 count. He's not had a hit yet in the series. Gone 0 for 5. 1-0 delivery on the way. Never got the timing on that one. 1-1.
Well, that's the difficulty. It's the unusual arm angle, the change of speeds, the fact he can sink it, he can ride it a little bit. As we mentioned yesterday, he is a fly ball pitcher.
Castellanos has not had a hit against the Orioles this year. He's 0 for 11. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that's their first strike.
Hey, he got the big hit down in Tampa on Wednesday afternoon and broke their 3-game losing streak off of Chris Archer. A slider that he hit into left field. And as we mentioned last night, still very, very young in the big leagues at 23.
Runner off first base, 1-2. Runner goes, swing and a miss, gets him. So O'Day gets the strikeout, a run on a couple of hits, no errors, 1 left on base. 7th inning stretch time on this Friday night. The Orioles up by a run. Well, the Orioles have the 8-7 lead in the ball game. 7th inning stretch time here at Camden Yards. We're going to open up our Major League notebook. Take a look at a page that's labeled unique. For David Price, the first pitcher to be traded in 2 different seasons after making the All-Star game in each of those years. Unique. For Brandon Phillips, first player who's had 4 hits, 2 homers, 7 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases in a single ball game. He did that last night. And for Ryan Zimmerman of the Nationals, he now has hit 2 home runs in 1-0 wins this season for the Nationals. He is the first player in the Expos Nationals franchise history ever to have done that. All unique baseball numbers.
Yeah, the Nats certainly happy to get him back from injury. They've had tons of them.
Ryan Flaherty's going to lead it off. 1-run ball game, bottom half of the 7th inning. Flaherty with a strikeout, a ground out, and has reached on an error. Outfield will shade to left. And Feliz will stay on the mound. Hard thrower will miss down low with that one. Feliz came on to get the 2 outs in the 6th inning. All these runs and hits, lots of contributions. Adam Jones has picked up 3 RBI homer. Manny Machado has a 2-run homer. Orioles have 2 unearned runs, 2 errors that have been charged in the ball game against what has been a very good defensive ball club. Chris Davis has picked up an RBI single. 1 ball, 1 strike count. And out in front of that one, they have foul tipped and a 1 ball, 2 strike count. On the other side for the Tigers, they've had Kinsler with an RBI and a ground ball out. Same for Victor Martinez. J.D. Martinez a 2-run homer. McCann and Marte solo shots, back-to-back home runs, and Marte also had an RBI double. 1-2 delivery on the way. Ground ball towards second. Kinsler will back up on it. Flaherty is retired. 1 away. As promised earlier in the game, we selected the Data Strong fan photo of the game. Tweet yourself to be the strongest fan. You can send that photo to O's Couch Cam, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. Jonathan Scope's got an 0 for 3, a 1 for 7 in the 2 games.
You just saw that relay throw. That's how he can help you win games, with his glove or his arm. And it's just amazing the arm strength this kid has.
Shortstop's arm.
Yep.
That's
he really does. And
0-1 count. Feliz off the end of the bat, hit well. Rajah Davis back, warning track, and makes the catch.
Hey, he was playing pretty shallow, and that's a hanging slider from Naftali Feliz. And Jonathan's in the old park here. Usually don't say that about home runs, but only 309. This one 333. So Davis with great speed runs it down.
2 down, nobody on. David Lowe coming up. Lowe a walk, a run scored, 0 for 2 officially.
Well, he started the Orioles 6th off Ian Kroll, who walked them on 4 in a row. Kind of got the Orioles off and going.
2 starters, short-lived. Chen, 6 runs, 10 hits, 3 1/3, non-decision. Farmer, 4 runs, 3 earned, 6 hits, non-decision. In the hands of the bullpen, with the Orioles mounting that comeback with 4 runs in the 5th, another 3 in the 6th inning.
Yeah, if you think it's a crazy game, they get him about 3.6 runs a game, one of the lowest amounts, and he pitches really well. Came in 5 and 6. Talking about Wei and Chen, so when you do get him runs, one of the rare times he doesn't pitch well.
Yep.
The Tigers had a lot to do with that.
2-0 delivery on the way down the line. That'll be a foul ball. Chen's last 2 outings against the Tigers have been tough ones. The last time he faced the Tigers was in the ALDS. Wayan pitched against them last year, and that was game 2. He went 3 2/3 innings, gave up 5 runs in that ball game, ended up ND'd as the Orioles came back to win it in the division series. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Phillies delivers to him, and swing and foul tip that one. Counted 2-2.
Well, Neftali, he's got some stuff. He doesn't throw 100 like he used to. Elbow problems and injuries over the last 3-4 years, but saved over 30 games, 40 games. Got a changeups, got a breaking ball, and he knows how to pitch.
2-2 delivery on the way.
And you would think with his bullpen he will get some opportunities.
Yes,
as he is tonight.
3-2. Three-two count with 2 down. Outfield moves a little more to left field, and Lowe swings and misses. So Phillies will get the strikeout. That'll be the second he's picked up. Retires the side in order. 7 complete here at Camden Yards. Orioles up 8-7. Wilder cards. These are the teams that have made it to the playoffs, wild card era, with a losing record, and there may be one again this year. The Mariners did it. See the record they had. The Twins, Astros, Padres, and Dodgers had a losing record on July 30. There are a number of clubs in contention who have losing records on this date, who are in contention for a wild card spot. Will one of them join those 5? Because as everyone knows, once you get in, even if it's a 1-game playoff, you're in.
Yeah, and then Kansas City that went all the way to the World Series was 49-50 last year. Only won 88 games, but they ended up winning the wild card.
And away they went.
Yes, they did.
Almost to the finish. Darren O'Day stays on for the Orioles. A walk and a strikeout to end that last inning. Top half of the 8th inning. And the pitch will be taken for a strike in the outside corner by McCann. Interesting story tonight from ESPN on Cespedes, who was traded by the Tigers to the Mets. Cespedes told ESPN, "I don't think it was a good decision to throw in the towel this early. There's still a lot of baseball to be played, but I know this is a business and I'm sure they know what they're doing, they being the Tigers. I feel no pressure." Cespedes said he found out about the move via TV. That's what he said. 0-2 count.
Yeah, he was traded last year from Oakland to Boston for John Lester.
Yep. O'Day, 0-2 count. Pitch on the way, and that'll be outside.
Well, he's perfect for the Mets because Kadire came over and been hurt, calf problem on the DL. David Wright's been hurt. I think he might have just gotten back. So their offense, and then some of the best young pitchers in baseball.
They're an amazing club.
Yeah, terrific manager. I mean, Terry Collins. I love it when they. Is Collins going to stay or not? I mean, please, come on.
1-2 delivery on the way and a swing and a miss. There's an O'Day strikeout for you.
It's like saying Darren O'Day can't pitch. I mean, he can. It's just amazing the job he's done. Now, you know, McCann's not happy because he thought one of the strikes was close, and then because you get to 2 strikes, going to say something right here, even though he's going to go back out there and hope he'll get the same pitch for his pitcher.
Rondon up in the bullpen. Marte at the plate, asks for a timeout as O'Day got ready to go. Marte's had a big night, 3 for 3. Home run, single, double, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. Marte with 2 homers on the season. Limited times, we're putting up some numbers. McCann still talking about his at bat. 1 away. And that pitch in there for a strike.
Now, we told you about Marte. You know, most extra base hits at AAA, so he's got big time power. And when we saw it, William Chen, McCann hit a high fastball over the center field fence. He had a hanging changeup to left center.
Oh, 1 delivery by O'Day came inside, almost leaned into that one, and a 1-ball 1-strike count. Tigers on a road trip. They've gone 3 and 4 so far in this trip. Orioles, of course, on this homestand before they head out to the West Coast. They are 3 and 1 on the current homestand, with the 2 more left against the Tigers after this one. 1-ball 1-strike count. O'Day's pitch to him. Got it in there, but down low, hit on top of it and fouled it off. 1-2. Darren this season against the Tigers. This is his 3rd game. He's given up only 1 hit, no runs, a hit in 2 innings against the Tigers this year. 1-2 pitch on the way, up and foul back. Big crowd tonight of 36,985. 36,985 on this Friday night, packed into Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Fireworks to follow and fireworks during a ball game yet to be determined. The lady who's 93 in September is seeing her first major league game, and she's seeing all of it and enjoying it. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be fouled back into the screen.
Yeah, Darren's just figuring, okay, young hitter. I had a chance to see him swing a little bit. React to that swing. Pretty good one. Ball was up.
Ghost waiting on deck. O'Day trying not to turn this lineup over. 7, 8, and 9 up here in the 8th. One-two delivery on the way. Takes it and he's gone.
That's the James McCann's low strike. We talked about Lance Barksdale. Usually favors the hitters. Maybe not this inning. Big kid. But the ball's over the plate. Take a look. Side view will certainly high enough for the back leg. And I'm telling you, you got to get the circles on the knees. So the umpires know where the knees are. And he wears his pants high.
Again, it's where it crosses the plate, not where it's caught.
Especially on a breaking ball.
Yeah.
You're right. You know, it gives you a little more time. A lot of time breaking balls caught down.
Anthony goes 2 down, nobody on. 0 for 3 in the ball game. 0 for his last 24. Orioles, now it's their turn to try and protect a 1-run lead, as the Tigers did in the ball game last night. 0-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be fisted to Machado, who is in, and it'll be a base hit. It'll nub into foul territory and end up being a very short double. But Ghost is on. He gets out of the over, and the potential tying run is on at second with 2 outs.
Yeah, it's like your short game. Little flop wedge right over the head. And watch the spin. Ball makes a straight left. And then he goes, can run so easily into second.
So the Tigers get a chance to tie it up with 2 away. Rajai Davis, double, single, 2 for 4 in the ball game. Tigers are 2 for 8 in these situations tonight. Brad Brock up in the bullpen for the Orioles, just starting to throw. Hardy will come in to hold the runner close at second base. Now backs off. And the pitch is in there for a strike. And Darren O'Day trying to find that elusive third out here. For Rajai Davis, he is 3 for 9 off O'Day lifetime. Oh, one delivery on the way to him, and Davis on a check swing. Did he go? No. I really hope that's duct tape on his arm holding on the elbow protection there. See that strip of tape? I think maybe it's probably the medical tape, but let's call it duct tape because the world knows if you can't do it with duct tape, you can't do it. 1 ball, 1 strike count.
Yeah,
close.
Very close. And a good idea. For him to be 3 for 9 and pitch count now at 24. Average pitch for Darren O'Day this year is a little bit over 16. So Buck Showalter, that's why Brock's up.
Big secondary lead. Anthony Gose. 2 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way, and that'll be popped up. Matt Wieters. He's got it. And that will do it. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. The Orioles lead it by 1. Our Honda do-ups, Machado, Paredes, and Jones. By Miller Lite. For Adam Jones, another long ball and a big one. He picked up a home run, good for 3 RBIs in the 5th inning that brought the Orioles to within 2. The Orioles would add on after that and take a 1-run lead.
Yeah, 6-1 made it 6-4 on that home run, and gives you a little bit of hope. So Bruce Rondon, hard thrower, a lot of fastballs. He can get it up close to 100. Hard slider, occasional changeup. Orioles saw him in Detroit actually pitch pretty well, and again the ERA even down at AAA was high. So again, a guy that had Tommy John surgery a couple of years ago. But again, if you just judge the pitcher by velocity, you wouldn't see those numbers.
Signed as an undrafted free agent from Valencia, Venezuela. Only 24 years old. Rondon working to Manny Machado. Manny a big hand, a home run he picked up in the 6th inning. 22nd of the year. He's had a 4 times up, 4 times on, hit by a pitch, single, walk, and a homer. He scored 2 and driven in 2. The Oriole third baseman, another big night. 1-0 delivery on the way. Rondon's pitch hit the other way to Kinsler, who records the out. 1 away in the bottom of the 8th inning. There is Zach Britton, closer for the Orioles. It is a save situation. Brady's coming to the plate. Scored twice. Once reached on a walk, once on a single. He's had 2 hits, 2 for 3 officially in the ballgame.
Yeah, we talked about guys that had struggled in the month of July. So under, as you mentioned, right at around 200. Got a hit last night. So hopefully he will get back to where he was in June, which was red hot.
Rondon working in his 3rd game against the Orioles. They've touched him up for 2 runs on 5 hits in just an inning and 2/3 this year. 0-1 count, 1 down. Brady's will step out for a moment. Adam Jones waiting on deck. Oh, and 2.
That's his changeup. 89, 90.
Oh, 2 count, 1 away. Orioles trying to even up this 4-game set at 1 apiece with the victory here tonight, but it's not coming easy. The Orioles losing their 17th 1-run ball game last night. They are 13 and 17. They're Buck Showalter's team in 1-run games. Victory here tonight would move them 2 above 500. And Rondon thought he had that, doesn't get the call, and the count goes to 1 and 2.
Yeah, started to take a little stroll,
waiting for the toss around.
Either that or trying to get to the radar gun to see if he hit 100. Only 99.
1-2 count. In the air, center field. Ghosts. 2 out. Dodgers getting their ball game underway. The Angels Dodgers are playing. Dodgers have fallen out of first place. They had been there since May 30th.
Well, they got swept by the Astros. Astros got Carlos Gomez, and then they get to go. What they get to go to from Houston to L.A. and then they get Clayton Kershaw.
The Angels haven't played very well either of late. Houston's ahead of the Angels by 2. Angels have lost 3 in a row. Their bullpen has really struggled lately.
C.J. Wilson, starter, went on the DL, elbow problems.
Foul bag by Adam Jones. A home run, a single. 2 singles. No, a 3 for 4 ball game. 3 RBIs. 17th home run came in that big 5th inning. Oh, and 1. And foul bag again. Jones would like to tack on another one here. Detroit's going to have the big part of their order. Iglesias, Kinsler, Victor Martinez due up 2, 3, 4 in the top of the 9th inning. Oh, and 2 on Adam. Pushing the average up to 292 with the hits tonight. Rondon's delivery will come inside to him for a ball. Orioles heading out west. Of course, Chris Tillman, not sure he's going to be able to make the start Monday. He's scheduled then. If not, they'll move him a couple of days. A little twist of the ankle coming off the mound the other night. And late on it. So a good inning for Rondon, who comes on and retires the side in order. Orioles have a 1-run lead. Zach Britton's got a save opportunity as we go to a blue moon night. Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Gary Thornton and Jim Palmer as we go to the ninth inning here at Camden Yards on this gorgeous summer night. Orioles looking for the W. Steve Pearce on the DL, joining the Orioles on the bench. He'll be going down to Sarasota when the Orioles head out west for his rehab games. And the Orioles try and put it away.
So Zach Britton comes on, and again, ground ball pitcher. Very rarely do they hit the ball in the air. They could sink him with the best of them. Outstanding numbers. 26 out of 20 saves, and then 26 out of 27 saves, and then lefties and righties. And what you mentioned, 2, 3, 4 coming up, and it's Lazy is as hot as anybody. 3 hits last night, 2 tonight.
Iglesias stands in to lead off the ninth inning. First chance he's had against Zach Britton. And he'll take the pitch for a ball. Couple of singles. 4-game hit streak for Iglesias. Zach this year, only 1 appearance against the Tigers, 1 for 1 in save opportunities against Detroit this season. Delivery will be grounded to short. Hardy is a tough play. Backhanded Iglesias, quick off the mark. Did he hold it? Oh, what a tag at first if he held that back. Flaherty, they say he got it. Omar Vizquel arguing about it, the first base coach. And you know, the manager, Brad Osmus, is going to ask his video people, but he's already used the challenge.
Yeah, so he has to rely on the umpires. Omar thought he came off. Now you got great speed, and then you get the high throw because he had to hurry it. But again, that looks like the toe was on there before he got there.
At this point, I would think if you're Brad Osmus, you don't even wait. You just come out and ask, see if they'll look at it. You got nothing to lose, but he's not going to do it. Boy, that's a big out.
Yeah, I think he got him. Ryan Flaherty, the toe on the bag. Nice tall target over there. Great play by Hardy and Flaherty.
Here's Ian Kinsler. Kinsler a double, 2 singles, 2 runs scored. Britton's pitch to it is in there for a strike. Brack with Britton rather with the 26 out of 27 for the Orioles. Trying to preserve their 52nd win, and that'll be down low for a ball. Most of these hitters in the Tiger lineup have not had a chance to see Zach Britton in the limited times he's been out against the Tigers. Kinsler has seen him more than anyone, 3 for 10. Kinsler, the ever patient, 2-1.
Well, he works the count where he wants it. You know, Zach's still going to do what he does best. He only becomes hittable to a certain degree if he elevates the ball. Probably more prone to do it 2-1 than if he was ahead in the count.
And it's going to be inside. Orioles trail 6-0 in this ball game, trying to get the comeback win. There haven't been many like this season. There have only been 5 6+ run comeback victories this year. Only 5. 3-1 delivery on the way, and Kinsler's done it again. He gets a base hit. So he's got a 4-hit ball game after a 3-hit game last night, and the potential tying run on with 1 down.
Yeah, tutorial on not overswinging, of not letting your emotions get in the way of a solid approach at the plate. Didn't try to do too much. Got a ball that was up a little bit because Britton had to throw a strike and didn't miss it.
Victor Martinez, 0 for 5 off Zach Britton, will stand in. 1 for 4, base hit, RBI, and a ground ball out. 11 hits for the Orioles, 15 rather for the Tigers, and the Orioles have the 1-run lead. Runner off first base, Kinsler, and fouled off at the plate. The last time that the Orioles had a comeback win, 6 or more runs, was against Minnesota in May of 2013. And the last time the Orioles came back from 6 or more runs down at home was June of 2010 against Washington. This is a ball game where the Orioles trailed 6-0 going to the bottom half of the fourth inning before the Orioles got their first run. Breton with the 0-1 delivery. Ground ball towards third. Manny Machado looks to second. Gets one. Relay. Not this time. Martinez gets there on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, that was not an easy play because Manny's coming in, has to throw across his body. And, of course, you know, a lot of times there's a chance of maybe throwing this ball away. Look at Scope catch it and then the release. But it's a really nice slide by Kinsler. You know, it certainly disrupts any chance. You know that Victor Martinez, a couple of knee surgeries, can't run well. But by him beating it out, it does get J.D. Martinez to the plate.
So, Orioles 1 out away. Collins, who was just called up today, has come on to run at first base for Victor Martinez. With Collins on, running at first. 2 down, 9th inning. J.D. Martinez will take the fastball away for ball 1. One 0 count. Another tight ball game just like last night, hanging on to the final out. 1-0 delivery on the way. That's going to be outside for a ball. Two and 0 with 2 down. Buck Showalter sweating this one out. Delivery by Britton will be foul back. He had a big rip on that one.
Yeah, again, he doesn't get cheated. The home run he hit off Wei and Chen, 3-2 fastball, knee high, inside part of the plate, hit a screamer. And even that pitch, again, he's got power right center. And in this ballpark, in fact, the home run that Britton gave up to Garcia of Atlanta was right down the right field line. Routine fly ball.
2-1 delivery, no chance on that one. Sink into oblivion and a 2-2 count.
That certainly helped him out, but at 97 you don't have a lot of time.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Fans up. 2-2 delivery, struck him out, and the Orioles win it. A dramatic comeback win from a 6-run deficit, and the Orioles win it by a score of 8-7.
So I take it, what do you do 2-2 to the guy leading their team in home runs? You go to your strength. Great sinker, strikes him out, game ends.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left here in the ninth. The final, the Orioles 8 and the Tigers 7.